Yo, what is the word? What is the word? What is the word? Speedy in the building, back with another episode of Internet Walls. You know what I'm saying? And today, we got that Mama Max update, you feel me? And actually, it's not really going to be an update, you know what I'm saying? This is actually going to be more or less highlighting the framing of CAMDEN Gerard Davis, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of the contradictory statements, a lot of the testimonies, and just the way that the case was handled, the way that people were before the case, the way that people were during the case, and then now, you know what I'm saying, because there's just a whole lot of lying involved in this case, you know what I'm saying, so, and it's proven that a lot of this stuff is lies, you know what I'm saying, so you don't necessarily know it's real or not. And the way that I did the footage is I collected a lot of videos that I watched, you know what I'm saying. You got Lyrics, you got Chud Logic, you got Wally Mac Show, you got Turkey Tom, and then Nicholas Diorio, or whatever the fuck his name is, you know what I'm saying. But I just went, like I'm saying, I didn't take the entirety of all the videos, you know what I'm saying. The way that hopefully I set it up is Lyrics and Nick are gonna tell the story, and then Nexpo has his interview. The original one is like 48 minutes. I only took like 30 minutes of it, you know what I'm saying. Y'all can skip around that, you know what I'm saying, but the first 30 minutes is like really what I was talking about, you know what I'm saying. And then I think Chud Logic ends it off. No, actually Wally Mac Show recaps everything after the Nexpo stuff, you know what I'm saying. The reason why I put the Wally Mac Show in there, you know what I'm saying, because not only did I watch, you know what I'm saying, the video, but also I liked the way that he explained it, you know what I'm saying. I liked, you know what I'm saying, like I wanted parts of the video to also speak, like I'm saying, speak for what I was saying, like I'm saying, because I'm not going to be there to stop and pause the video every few seconds, you know what I'm saying. It's just there's the video for you, there's the video for you, there's the video for you, like I'm saying. And then the reactions, either by the narrator or somebody else, you know what I'm saying, or I might have did a sound bite or some shit, like clipped it out, and then, you know what I'm saying, some shit like that, you know what I'm saying. But hopefully it's still cohesive enough for y'all to actually understand what's going on. And before, I mean, we roll to the video, I wanna let y'all know like what I was looking at, like I'm saying, specifically what I did this for. I feel like everybody's saying the same stuff, like I'm saying, and if everybody's agreeing on the same stuff, then there is a big point and there is a big deal that needs to be made that nobody's talking about, you know what I'm saying. And then I also have some questions, you know what I'm saying. Why did people only interview Nexpo once or twice or however much it was, like I'm saying. I don't think they really asked the right questions, like I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Nobody really pressed Nexpo to wait. Like, that's his right hand man. So it's like you need to, you know what I'm saying? But if y'all ain't gonna do that, you know what I'm saying, then y'all ain't doing it right. And then there's certain things like with Chud Logic, I feel like he was kind of playing both sides, like I'm saying. There's a lot of that teeter-tottering, like I'm saying, trying to downplay the situation. It's a lot of shit like that within the whole video, you know what I'm saying. It's gonna be 2 hours, like I'm saying. You won't need to sit back and get your popcorn and all that, you know what I'm saying. You probably seen one of these videos, but you definitely ain't see all 7 of these, you know what I'm saying. You definitely ain't see all 7 of these. And this is all from the past like 3 months or 4 months, I guess, whenever it started. You know what I'm saying? It started, top of the year, January. So, you know what I'm saying? January like 15th was like the earliest date that I seen for one of the videos, you know what I'm saying. So, and I also tried to upload it in chronological order for y'all, you know what I'm saying. That way y'all can, you know what I'm saying, kind of get everything that's going on and understand why people saying certain things and shit like that, you know what I'm saying. And then also one more thing, shout out to today's sponsor, you know what I'm saying, Zeal Sound. That's ZEALSOUND on Amazon, you know what I'm saying. Go check them out, you know what I'm saying. They got the budget mics, or if you got a couple dollars, you know what I'm saying, go show some love, you know what I'm saying. Get you a mic, get you a stand, get you some, like, you know what I'm saying. They got all the studio equipment, everything you need, mixer, man, all that. Like, man, there's so much that I can't even really name. You might as well just go check them out. Now on to today's video.
Mama Max is a self-proclaimed pet pedophile hunter.
I'm the pedo hunting guy.
Who has gained a massive audience, respect from his peers, and a more than generous living via his Patreon that his fans donate to him based on the understanding that he's cleaning up the streets catching pedophiles, but that's not true. He's a complete fraud. He has faked videos, lied about arrests he's made, mishandled investigations so poorly he actually helps the predators get away, falsely accuses people of being pedophiles entirely, doxes innocent people, and a lot more, all while exploiting his audience, directly saying that by paying him helps bring justice to the world, saving children, and ridding it of pedophiles. But he's completely full of shit. He's a lying con artist.
I want to do my best to be the best representative for y'all, because I know a lot of y'all feel like you've gone unheard, and there is a lot of injustice, and I want to be the one to do something about it.
In his Japanese cult video, I'm Shinrikyo, he claims just by talking about them on his channel is going to put his life in grave danger, and the only way you can help him out is by paying him on Patreon.
I may have just made myself a target to this cult, as they are still very much alive today. But guess what? They can suck mama's fat, throbbing because I'm not gonna live a life being afraid of standing up to evil people. Plus, I got all of you watching my back, don't I? Speaking of, by the way, you can watch my back real good by supporting me on Patreon, link in description. But I think it's safe to say that I am no longer safe from the likes of Aleph. But as I said, I'm not gonna live a life being afraid of standing up to evil people. And the best way you can help me, non-jokingly, truly, seriously, is supporting me on Patreon. Today, I'm going to apparently risk my life for you and play this game. In the video, I specifically mentioned that this cult may now be targeting me. And from what it looks like, that may be true. She responded back in Japanese saying this, which means,
I'll kill you. Wow, Mama Max is so committed to bringing us good entertainment and content. He's even willing to risk his own life for us. Man, what a fucking good guy. I know it sounds crazy, but this has got to be real, right? Mama Max wouldn't lie about his life being in danger for more donos on Patreon. I mean, it seems like his fans bought it. This man has risked his life multiple times so he could expose some dangerous sites and games and crap. Props to you for being this brave, man. I have a weird feeling that these cultists is actually gonna get him someday, and we wouldn't even know. No one is gonna talk about how he got a whole email from someone from the cult, and they actually threatened to kill him. Well, guys, luckily, I don't think you have anything to worry about. You know, it's been nearly 4 years since he dropped this video, and conveniently, ever since, Mama Max hasn't gotten any word from the Japanese cult since this. Weird coincidence. I guess he got enough Patreon cash to keep him nice and
It seems that the line between the fictional portrayal and the underlying truth became blurred for some, leading to confusion and concern. While the narratives were crafted in fiction, the predator and the pursuit was very much a reality.
So the pedos are real, but the narratives and everything else in your videos are fake? You released these as 100% real, and everyone in your comment section took them that way, and your fans paid you based on the fact that they were real. But now years later, once you're getting heat, you just casually admit they're fake after reaping the benefits of them for years. And it's not just him scamming his audience into donating to him under false pretenses. He lied about a girl killing herself in his IMVU video, and then blamed the creator of the game that the girl apparently got groomed on for her death.
Will Harvey expeditiously paved the winding way for himself, finally finding his road to the throne. But what was the cost?
Everything.
Is this girl Casey even a real person? He claims in his video that he found her no subscriber YouTube channel through a reverse image search using her profile picture on the game IMVU, where he then hacked this girl's YouTube channel and found an unlisted video called "This is where you raped and killed me," which is a video that shows assumingly Casey filming the site of her rape and has bloody sheets and a pillow in the middle of the woods. So if the narratives are fake, you not only lied about her death, but also that she was raped too, and made up this whole Batman ARG fake story that you had hackers behind the scenes get into her YouTube channel and find this secret encrypted unlisted video that she uploaded days before like killing herself. This is nuts.
I can't talk too much about Casey.
Yeah, no wonder you can't talk too much about Casey. You either made her entire existence up, or even worse, she's a real person that you lied about being dead to use as an argument point to blame her suicide on the creator of the game. So now that we know the narratives are completely fake in all your videos and can write those off, what about the predators and the pursuits? Surely those have got to be real, right?
Kindly send this video to your favorite influencer. we will test them on the content of their character. Do not listen to their words. Look at their actions. As your first command, I kindly ask you to share Spencer's story with the following.
You're calling out PewDiePie, Mr. Beast, and Joe Rogan, and you seriously think you're gonna get a response here? This guy's delusional. Felix, as a new parent, you're undoubtedly experiencing the transformative mechanism that we describe here. You're bringing his kid into this to try and pull on his heartstrings to cover your story? Jesus, man. And also, what do you expect these people to do after you make a video calling them out? To make a video baselessly accusing some random guy they don't even know of being a pedophile just because you say so? And plus, don't forget, this guy hasn't even shown proof Camden is guilty yet, and is still asking Charlie to call someone a pedo that he doesn't even know or have proof of. But after Critical doesn't respond to Max, he starts to get desperate, which is where things really start to go off the rails.
He lives in Must We Know, correct?
Yes, Marissa. His mother is currently is where his mom is. He does for sure have a brother named Someone asked to type out Camden's brother's name. I will go ahead and type that in chat. Camden's mother's name is... If you have information on actual locations, then you need to be contacting me or Max privately.
Yes.
Max starts live streaming and directs his chat to find the location of not only Camden, but allows his guests to dox Camden's mother and brother's name in hopes that his chat would find them and get answers out of them. And when I personally asked him if he has any evidence of the mother or brother being involved whatsoever in Camden's crimes, he admits he doesn't at all.
You don't have any proof that they're even involved, right? Like the mom didn't help out Camden with his potential abuse to these kids, or the brother. Like, you can't prove either of that, correct?
Correct.
So he's doxing innocent people publicly to thousands, directing his audience to find the location of them, which, you know, Max, given the nature of the internet and especially your audience, will 100% get them harassed.
I don't want to talk too much about it because I don't want people getting harassed. Like, because every time I say something, people get harassed.
You even alluded that the mom and brother could be in cahoots with Camden, helping out a pedo, and then sicked your audience to go find them and get answers out of them. You know what you're doing. Whether it's random commenters, other YouTubers, or even YouTube themselves, it's all the same response from Max. If you disagree with my approach, you must be pro-pedo. The most egregious example of this is when he accused the entire platform of YouTube of supporting and protecting pedophiles just because he had 2 of his videos struck down for violating TOS.
Our children are exploited, molested, and raped every day, and you choose to side with their abusers. I'm here trying to protect sexual abuse victims. I worked 3 long, hard, traumatizing months on this project just for you to obliterate it completely. Is this what we get for publishing on your platform?
Hi, my name is Nicholas Diorio. Before we get started today, I'm going to be clear and concise about what this video will prove. Today, you're going to see undeniable evidence that Mama Max is a complete and total fraud. He is a content creator who claims his platform exists to empower abuse survivors, and the reality is, Mama Max is a liar. His actions in the past and present paint a far more sinister picture. Right off the bat, this video does contain clips of the leaked recording between myself, Mama Max, and Mudahar of Some Ordinary Gamers. If Max has an issue with how he is portrayed in this video, I consent to the full call being released. I am not afraid. In the event where Max tries to bully me with threats of getting my channel banned, this video removed, or anything else through use of YouTube contacts, which he has done to content creators who have exposed him recently, I will not hesitate to drop our full, uncut recording for the entire internet to see. I will not be silenced, and you will get everything that's coming to you.
Max is supposed to be the one bringing the story across to everyone.
Why is it my job?
Okay, a few months ago, the YouTuber named Mama Max asked me to react to his content and promote the massive investigation he was about to release. Cameron Gerard Davis has been accused of masquerading as mythical creatures such as werewolves and vampires in the hopes to lure children.
You provided evidence that was some girl's testimony, and 4 girls, if not 5, came out with their testimony against you.
What I'm saying is the burden of proof is on them and they didn't provide any.
And it just seems like a dramatized, embellished story.
Dude, look at the hand movements. He thinks he's like actually the Punisher. So pathetic.
More time was spent responding to critics than providing actionable proof that content creators could use to condemn Cameron Gerard Davis.
We're at like the 6-hour mark of understanding what's going on here. And I will point out to you, now that we've hit the 6-hour mark, that I still don't know what Cameron Gerard Davis has done.
After 10 grueling hours investigating this vampire werewolf cult, I realized I've learned essentially nothing about Cameron Gerard Davis.
On March 18th, 2016, Spencer, a girl from Wiley, Texas, mysteriously disappeared, lured by the illusion of joining a supernatural family as a vampire on some random corner of the internet. She actually found herself ensnared in a dangerous cult led by a predator posing as a werewolf god.
Max Striker's evidence provides without a shadow of a doubt that this might just be a video of a black man roaring like a wolf with fake vampire teeth in his mouth. We also know details about his family, including his mother's name for some reason.
This video is for... I would like to extend my most heartfelt apology that this is how you have to find all of this out. But the fact of the matter is, your son, Camden Gerard Davis, has been victimizing hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of murders.
You started to like direct your chat to tell them to go reach out to the mom and to the brother to find out information about Camden. You don't have any proof that they're even involved, right?
Correct. We'll see you, probably never again.
What even is this?
So, the Mama Max universe was a cautionary tale that takes place in a dystopian future where child predators have seized global power, exploiting the digital landscape to entrench their rule. Rising from the ashes of a society that failed to protect its most vulnerable, the children emerged. A covert network of vigilantes inspired by the style of Hotline Miami. Once victims, they are now hunters of the monsters who hurt children. They form a structured rebellion, seeking to dismantle the predatory hierarchy.
Yeah, I'm sure that helped everyone. You can hear some spoken word testimony on a separate YouTube channel that was created by Spencer. Who is Spencer, you ask? A survivor who is now living with Mama Max. The biggest takeaway from that podcast is that Max himself is being investigated by the FBI.
I literally got a card on my front fence from the FBI. They didn't even bother contacting you.
No.
That shows how much more they care about my case than yours.
And Spencer potentially admitted to a crime.
Did you ever recruit?
Yes. So my particular recruitment style, go on Whisper and post about, if you want to join a family dynamic, hit me up on Kick. There was one time he did have me lure a girl, like, physically.
That sounds fucking illegal. What? I lured a girl physically.
We got an Uber and went and picked this girl up from like 30 minutes away from us, and she was like 13 or 14, and he kept trying to convince me to convince her to have sex with him, and I was like, no. Thankfully, her parents got her the next day.
What the fuck?
Me and Kayla are pretty sure
Listen,
that
Max!
He went over there and he her after I was with my foster parents.
You should absolutely be seeking legal advice.
Why this was uploaded at all, I will not understand. If anything, they're creating a defamation case for the man they hope to put in prison.
You do understand, if you go to court, they can pull these live streams for court. You do know that, right?
When we reached out to the lawyer, he told us it would not be beneficial to pursue a case against Camden Gerard Davis because he likely does not have substantial assets.
You've been doing this for 5 years and you don't know how the process goes? How
I've
many
never
people
been to
have you
court.
actually caught?
I've never been to court.
I don't give a shit if my video comes back up. It did what it needed to do. The rapist that was in the video is currently in police custody.
Was that as a result of your video, or was
Yes.
that prior to the video?
Yes, it was because of the video.
Look, I want to see this asshole. And if what you're saying is 100% true, I want to see this motherfucker behind bars. But there's a way to present this, there's a way to handle this before you get to that point, right? And that's what we need to be focusing on. That's like where everything needs to be centered on. It is where I'm at, and that's all I really can say about the situation.
I would have really appreciated this like 2 months ago when we first reached out. I reached out to you and multiple other creators asking for help, and none of you were responsive. I understand y'all are busy and doing your own things, but this is the first time I've ever handled a case of this complexity and magnitude, and that is why I was asking for help.
Hashtag we are real. The reason I cite this as a failure is simple. Nobody knows anything about the cult that Max claims to be exposed.
I wanted to actually answer some questions about like why we're doing donations through my Patreon rather than a GoFundMe. That is because I'm contractually obligated to see this case through.
Not sure what he meant by contractually obligated, but it sounds to me like Max was planning on getting Spencer a place of her own, but at least right now, they live together. I guess you just can't fake the step survivor atmosphere. Spencer is receiving housing, income from Max's YouTube and Patreon, and also receiving the clout incentive from Max promoting her YouTube channel and placing integral parts of the investigation exclusively over there. What it does showcase is how unethical Max's investigations have been since day one. Before all of this, Spencer was Max's close family friend.
Spencer has known my family her whole life. Oh no. She was in the same kindergarten class as my sister.
Yeah.
I don't think y'all understand like the relationship here.
Like my aunt literally knows his mom.
Yeah, like we were friends before we were like actually on a case.
This is not some stranger that Max is helping out of the kindness of his heart. This is a family friend who's getting a shiny new YouTube channel, some pocket cash to start, and a place to sleep. We could and probably should stop here. Max is not fit to take this case on for Spencer. 23 days after Max launched the hashtag We Are Real campaign, another survivor named Kai, from what is alleged to be her OnlyFans Facebook page, was begging for $20. There are now legitimate concerns to raise about how the funds are being distributed to the survivors.
To support this effort, all donations received in October via our Patreon will be allocated for this legal process. All additional funding will be used to film this story.
So just to be clear, guys, the money is going to make more of these amazing videos and not to little kids who need diapers.
This is going to the legal case. Spencer's handling all the money.
Oh no.
I am sending it to her. She is the financial manager of the legal case.
Oh no.
Now let's take a closer look at the actual content made for this investigation. Max has released a total of 3 main channel videos on the subject matter of the hashtag We Are Real campaign.
Welcome to your programming. Kindly send this video to your favorite influencer. We proactively reached out to many different reaction channels, hoping to pique their interest in engaging with a topic of such grave importance. Yet the very purpose of the video falls short when these creators stop responding and choose not to engage.
Fun little side note, this is actually around the time that Max reached out to me and sent a psychotically worded threat for not covering the story up until this point. Your silence will not be unnoticed.
Well, how'd that end up working out for you, motherfucker?
This video feels very exploitative itself.
Your feelings about the video, without explaining further, are noted. Here's a message from the survivor herself.
Oh no.
Hey everyone, I'm Spencer. I am here to talk today about some of the reactions towards the trailer. What I do not appreciate is people being offended on my behalf.
Alongside those 3 videos, we also have the 4-hour podcast that I previously mentioned, and it contains entirely spoken word testimony and currently lives exclusively on Spencer's personal YouTube channel. This is the most information we've gotten about Camden's supposed actions thus far, and it contains nothing actionable that a content creator can use as a foundation for a video. The nature of live content is inherently volatile, everyone knows this. At any moment you could say something stupid, and now it exists online in some capacity forever. I imagine you're now wondering why anyone in Max's position would want to take civilian abuse survivors and subject them to such scrutiny. As of late November, an entire month after the hashtag We Are Real campaign started, it sounded like we were gearing up for a civil case. Or at the very least, no one was interested in getting police involved.
When's the last time that any of this has been brought to any authorities like the FBI or police?
Probably about 3 years ago.
3 years. So you guys, now that you guys have this, and how long have you guys been sort of talking to Mama Max, or how long have you guys all been talking?
For like 2.5 years.
Well, now that you guys are sort of getting a case together, don't you think it'd be a better idea to, before the video, to give it to the authorities again, now that you're like all together and you can sort of go as a collective to the police?
I mean, we could have done that, but at the same time, with the track record that we've already seen, it just didn't really seem realistic without having more of us survivors to do this.
Yes, I feel the urgency of the matter requires all of us to start bringing the survivors together. I don't want to wait for the bureaucracy of law enforcement to take their time when it's already been 7 years with multiple reports. Like, that's ridiculous. And that's also why we're taking them to court as well, because this is absurd.
They had been working on this case for years. The last time cops even saw the Spencer case was well before she looped in Mama Max.
I designed this trailer as a catalyst for meaningful discussions, laced with hidden layers and nuanced elements to encourage in-depth analysis. These secrets are breadcrumbs that guide viewers toward a deeper understanding of these.
Can somebody just show us what he did?
After consulting with multiple experts in cult psychology, it became clear to me that many influencers employ cult-like techniques to build and retain their audiences. For this reason, I chose to brand the channel as God Cult. I had hoped that influencers, especially those who've interacted with my content before, would step up. Unfortunately, it seems that self-preservation outweighs child welfare for most influencers.
We have evidence in a Discord server.
With other influencers as well.
Yes, you can ask Mutahar if he's seen some of the evidence.
You went on with Tommy and Lyrics and are sitting there talking to them when you literally haven't spoken to the other survivors.
Hold on. Oh, I'm coming after you, Mutahar. Stand back. Spencer, can you tell him what you felt? You are literally just a little snake hiding behind her, dude. That's disgusting.
Can you listen to me? Can you listen to me?
Max is upset that Muta is going against him and flings Spencer at him like a rag doll. You should also probably know about the nature of Max's evidence.
Well, I addressed him as a cult leader and sexual predator because that's how he has been described by the survivors.
Say 5 girls said it.
Yeah.
Because that's what happened.
Well,
5 girls said it.
Yes,
about you.
After they were in a group chat together for 3 months, after changing their allegations.
Wait, I'm sorry.
times.
What group chat are you in? The evidence server with all of the girls?
There is evidence in there. It's not just them plotting to take down
But there was
Camden.
Max believes that spoken word testimony is more than enough to make the claims he's made here. This justification has been used to dox Camden's mother and swing his audience of rabid abuse survivors in her direction. According to Spencer, Camden's mother had absolutely no knowledge of Spencer living in her home for the entirety of the 4 months she was there. According to Spencer, Camden does not even live with his mother currently. There is no acceptable excuse why Camden's family was doxxed and maliciously targeted by Mama Max. Possibly the biggest bombshell in regard to the Camden case, and no, shockingly it wasn't the allegations or evidence thing, is that Mama Max hasn't even seen all of his own evidence yet. It means that there's a much larger issue here. Not only do we have no idea what's going on, it seems like you don't know what's going on.
Why the hell did you make a statement of fact calling somebody a pedophile when you couldn't even properly walk?
Are we gonna keep arguing this?
Yes!
Yeah, we are. We have to keep arguing it because you clearly don't understand the ramifications of what you're doing to this case.
Because you're setting it up for the guy who potentially, like, molested and abused tons of women to take the money you've given these victims in court in a civil case.
I'm going to tell you right now, I actually believe the victims. I think that there is some malfeasance involved, but how you've handled this case and how you've been doing this call so far, you know who has a grounds to sue you? You know who has some credibility to win now? It's Camden.
Corpse. I know you have nothing to do with this, but with all of your power, influence, and the favor you owe me, I just couldn't help myself. Remember when you reached out after years of not speaking to me while I was at the hospital tending to my sick girlfriend, and you kept trying to rush me home to do you a huge favor? So, how about you do me the fucking favor this time and talk about something besides yourself for once? It will give you a good look.
I legitimately have no idea why people are surprised. This guy literally does this every single year. He does weird shit like this every single year. This was another video about predators.
Susan Wojcicki, stop fucking lying to us every time you have to give a statement. Either do something good for this site once in your fruitless life, or step the fuck down.
Is there any proof or evidence that Mama Max has not just got anyone charged or prosecuted? Is there any proof that he's even got anyone arrested that we can...
Do you think that Mama Max has any arrests? Like, do you think he's ever actually gotten a predator arrested?
I have no idea. Obviously, you're gonna say no, right?
You were in one of his videos, right? Like, he had you in a video.
Yeah.
Had you ever, like, watched his content before you agreed to that?
A little bit, but it was pretty hard for me to get through, honestly.
In one of Max's Predator expose videos, the Discord Max infiltrates, quote unquote, isn't real. He created it with footage to retell his story.
Which basically forced my hand into joining these closed-off communities where they can easily get to me.
So basically, he says he's in this roly-poly's Nanakarobi Yoki, but this is his server that he's set up. He's the admin or mod for this server because you can see he's got the cog icon. Go to your Discord. If you go to a Discord, you see you won't have that if you're not an admin or moderator. But that means that that's your server. You're the admin. You've set that up. And the thing is, what people would argue is like, oh well, but you know, he's doing that because he's doing it for the sake of the video. And it's like, okay, well, where's the evidence that he did this thing that he's claiming that he did, joining this server and putting it, you know, he's out here claiming that he's putting himself in danger.
So now it's just up in the air at how much of Max's predator allegations are actually real. We don't know how much of Max's content he's willing to fake.
I find the agonizing screams of hundreds of my children pleading for justice after their abuse on IMVU. I hear you, and you will go through this alone no more. We will help you.
The Reddit poster takes issue with a story of a victim named Casey, whose only friend on IMVU was Pablo. Max claims to have reverse image searched Casey's Naruto profile pic to a YouTube channel. On this YouTube channel, Max claims he miraculously got access to Casey's unlisted videos she posted. I don't think I have to tell you this, but that's really convenient. And I'm going to tell you anyway. We are currently approaching Dream's Minecraft world record Ender Pearl luck on this Predator investigation. But don't worry, there's more. On her account, there was a video titled, "This is where you raped and killed me," that showcased a bloody white sheet in the woods. Maximum Platypus 69 correctly pointed out that the vast majority of Max's abuse survivor audience interpreted this as Casey either being deceased or taking her own life, following the unlisted video's release. Max would respond later in a Q&A, and it was really awkward.
Is there an update on Casey? Can you talk about how you got into the account or how you found it? That's a bit much.
I can't talk too much about Casey. I don't know what I can and can't say. I will tell you that, yes, she's okay. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, thank God. I didn't even know that. Holy shit. That's something I wanted to actually jump in VC with you about at some point.
Yes, but...
Thank God.
I'm gonna stop talking about it. There's a lot I want to say about it, but I can't fucking talk about it.
Yeah, we'll respect her privacy too. We'll respect
exactly.
the secrets for now. Thank you, Max, for that very relieving update.
But what was the cost?
Everything. A teenage girl, known only as the moniker KC157434, takes her own life after being groomed and raped by a man she met on the platform.
Is this girl Casey even a real person? He claims in his video that he found her no subscriber YouTube channel through a reverse image search using her profile picture on the game IMVU, where he then hacked this girl's YouTube channel and found an unlisted video called "This is where you raped and killed me," which is a video that shows assumingly Casey filming the site of her rape and has bloody sheets and a pillow in the middle of the woods. So if the narratives are fake, you not only lied about her death, but also that she was raped too, and made up this whole Batman ARG fake story that you had hackers behind the scenes get into her YouTube channel and find this secret encrypted unlisted video that she uploaded days before, like, herself. This is nuts.
So recently, people have been saying that your investigations kind of skew the line between fact and fiction because they're finding things that you've created as context for the video I think people are pointing to the Discord server that you were an admin of when you were showing it. The lawsuit that you changed the name or whatever. How much of what you do is kayfabe and how much of it is legitimately like live? This is the investigation. Here it is.
So the investigations themselves are real, but obviously the films have fictional elements. There's multiple reasons, like for example, the admin thing on the Discord server, I had to recreate it. Yeah, that was a recreation because I didn't have the originals. The IMVU thing, I wasn't. I don't know why people are saying like it's a film, like I am presenting it as if it were to be real, but I didn't think people would take it as that. Like,
but wait, you hunt files. You don't think that people are going to think your videos are real?
So that's the thing. So I want everyone, when you watch my video, to assume everything is fake, except like when I show a people's face and what they're doing. Like, because obviously that's all.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh, sorry. I know I said unimpeded. My bad. Won't happen again.
So I want everyone, when you watch my video, to assume everything is fake, except like when I show a pedo's face and what they're doing. Like, because obviously that's all real. And that's why we include like Mega Drive links to show like, this is the full evidence. This is all real. Everything else should be considered fake, whether it's real or not. Like, if I'm sending viruses to a pedo, whether that's fake or real, that's on purpose, because I don't want people to know if I'm actually sending viruses to pedos, because that's implicating myself.
Okay. So I guess the next logical question from there is just asking, because now it's come up saying like, well, you've never been to court. What have you done? What is the most substantial outcome of a predator hunt that you've done? What is the final nail in the coffin? You're like, if you had to go tell somebody, oh, what do you do? What does Max Stryker do? What's your proudest moment?
Honestly, the hunting pedos isn't my proudest aspect. The thing I'm proud of is inspiring those who are CSA survivors to fight back. That is my goal.
Have you ever gotten someone arrested?
If I have, then I don't know it.
You went on my podcast to tell me that you've got someone arrested and it was because of your video, just to be clear. Would you like to re-answer that question?
I've been emailed stuff like, hey, you got this guy arrested, congratulations.
You went on and you said, this guy was arrested, it was because of me, it was because of my video. And you told me that 2 years ago.
It's kind of egotistical of me to say that it was my video that did it. I don't know that for sure.
But then you said recently that he fled to the Philippines. So was Sonny ever arrested? Pablo Sonny? Did that ever even happen?
Yes, he did. All we know is that his last location we picked him up from was Mexico. Whether he fled to the Philippines or not, we don't know. We just know he has family there, and that's the most likely destination they would go to, just because.
But he was so he was arrested. That was.
Pablo Sonny? I don't think so. I think he got away.
Dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, if he was arrested, I have no idea.
Why did you tell me he was arrested? You said Pablo Sonny was arrested and my video did it. Why did you lie to me on my show?
Do you have a clip of that?
Yes. It's in something I've been currently editing.
Yeah, send it to me.
Okay, give me 2 seconds. I think there's even a video on YouTube. Actually, can you just jump in the screen share? I'll just pull it over. Because somebody archived it.
I guess I can hear stuff, but I can't see anything.
That's all you need, because the visual is a drawing. This is the 2 clips, contrasting clips of Pablo Sonny. What is your primary goal? Is that then? There's no. What's your other?
Well, I guess the question is like the next getting at is like, okay, so you want to enact this change. What do you hope is the eventual result of your video?
Okay.
Of all of this.
So I know there's people out there saying I'm doing it to self-serve. I just want my video back up. I don't give a shit if my video comes back up. It did what it needed to do. The rapist that was in the video is currently in police custody. And
was that as a result of your video, or was
Yes.
that prior to the video?
Yes, it was because
Okay.
of the video.
All right.
The video was about IMVU and this one predator. I made it about him and him alone.
IMVU is a game, right? You
Yes.
played the game and you exposed this guy.
Yes.
Do you mind walking me through the chain of events that led from your video to him being imprisoned?
Yeah, so I dropped the video. The end of the video is a call to action. Usually all my videos are a call to action, like, find him. And we did.
So in this case, find him meant like you didn't know who he was. You wanted his doc so he could go to jail.
All we had was his face and his voice.
Right.
And out of that, I said find him, and then within 24 hours, we found him. And then I started social engineering all of his friends to give me his information, and they did. And then we pegged him. He fled to Mexico. We found where he was in Mexico.
Wow.
I don't know if the police... He was from Canada. So I don't know if the police asked him to come back.
As all terrible people are.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if the police asked him to come back or he went on his own volition or they forced him to come back. I don't know any of those details. I just know he went back to Canada and was in police custody for a certain amount of time.
So you lied.
So that was what I was told through Instagram posts when I was in contact with his friends.
You didn't remember that until I showed you the clip? You didn't remember that, like, this is your biggest crown achievement, that you got a pedophile arrested?
I didn't remember the details, no. I just remember he fled to Mexico, all the police custody shit. That was only shit I was told. I couldn't verify any of that.
So you just got on stream and told everybody it was me, I did it, Mama Max, #1.
Yeah, that's not cool. You can let people know I think that.
Thank you. So that was one of the major points of contention. Last question. This is an ethical question, one of my favorite types of questions. In your previous investigations, what have you done to ensure that the evidence you're passing over to police is sufficient to get, prosecution? And what precautions do you take to make sure it's usable in a court of law?
So with Wayne's probably the best one. We literally had him in a voice call. Like, it's like the Mega Drive. Like, it's literally us saying we're 14 years old. He's saying, yeah, I want to see your pussy. I want to see, I want you to ride me and shit like that. To what he thinks is a 14-year-old, and we verified that by telling him, I don't know, I'm young. I don't know, I'm only 14. I think that should be sufficient to put him in prison. But the law says otherwise, I suppose, because as far as I know, he hasn't been imprisoned, and people have been I received an email that someone was going to talk to the deputy about why he hasn't been arrested, and I'm also actually going to start interviewing police local to me as to why pedophiles don't get arrested, because I know they all want to arrest them. It's just the law binds them.
So you've never actually gotten a pedophile arrested?
Not to my knowledge.
So your content is just making fun of pedophiles online?
I suppose, like I said, my biggest goal is to inspire survivors to fight back. And if I can do that, then I feel like I've done an adequate job.
In fact, let the record show, we can count at least one time Max has sent pictures of his own ass to perverts online so they can record themselves beating off to it.
I could not get his name, his personal social media, and above all else, I could not get his face, at least until I sent him a picture of my ass. Oh shit! And yes, that is my actual ass. So why don't you go to Patreon and support me sending my ass to pedophiles, ruining their pitiful little lives after my ass makes them horny enough to send me a picture of their face that I then publish to all of you.
Somebody get this guy's Patreon. We need to fund this operation more.
Is there a single person that Mama Max can point to that he can claim conclusively was arrested as a result of one of his investigations or reports?
Have you ever gotten someone arrested?
If I have, then I don't know.
If you actually watched his other videos, like the one on IMVU, he tried to do the exact same thing.
Because it's a scam!
He caught an
Because it's a scam!
Tommy, did you know that he claims he got one person in jail, but he won't reveal their identity?
Yes, because it's a scam!
The IMVU thing, I wasn't... I don't know why people are saying like it's a film. Like I am presenting it as if it were to be real, but I didn't think people would take it as that. Like, so I want everyone, when you watch my video, to assume everything is fake, except like when I show a pedo's face and what they're doing.
What bothers me is your answer right there. You've been doing this for 5 years and you don't know how the process goes? How many people have you actually caught?
I've never been to court.
Oh, well then shit, that makes sense then. There you go, folks.
I'm glad
you're a vigilante for views only. You're a vigilante for views only.
So you've never actually gotten a pedophile arrested?
Not to my knowledge.
So your content is just making fun of pedophiles online?
I suppose, like I said, my biggest goal is to inspire survivors.
It did what it needed to do. The rapist that was in the video is currently in police custody. And
was that as a result of your video, or was that prior to the video?
Yes, it was because of the video.
You went on and you said, this guy was arrested, it was because of me, it was because of my video.
It's kind of egotistical of me to say that it was my video that did it. I don't know that for sure.
But then you said recently that he fled to the Philippines. So was Sonny ever arrested? Pablo Sonny? Did that ever even happen?
Pablo Sonny? I don't think so. I think he got away.
I'm using you to deflect criticism. I am still getting criticism.
Bro.
How are they shielding? They're not shielding me from anything. I am still getting criticism.
People have been playing that card for so long. Oh, you use survivors to shield from criticism. I have never shielded myself from. I almost always just get criticism. Well, I'm asking why you did not directly contact me, but contact us only in public streams.
Max, I've seen your latest video caught up with this whole situation. I have texted you.
What it felt like seeing him on streams.
You went on with...
Hold on, can you put Max on for a second?
I'm right here.
That was snaky as dude. Oh, I'm coming after you, Mudahar. Stand back, Spencer. Can you tell him what you felt? You are literally just a little snake hiding behind her, dude. That's disgusting.
Will you listen to me?
So this is what I'm saying. There's multiple things against Anthony Field. For me, I feel comfortable saying he is a pedophile. I don't feel he could do anything to me legally for saying that, because if he were to, the girl who made the testimony would come forward and testify against
So she
him.
has his dick pic and has timestamps of when it was sent. That's real, that exists?
He does not have his dick pic.
So what does she have that she could come forward with?
Just her memory. But
wait, so you don't think that you could legally be held liable for the statements you're making if he were to sue you because you have someone who can come forward and tell you it happened?
Well, I am just documenting what she said.
No, you are calling him a pedophile.
Correct. And to be able to successfully sue me for defamation, he would have to prove that I am lying, which I am not, because the girl is real and she sent me those DMs.
Mama Max does not deserve anyone's support. Mama Max does not deserve a second chance. This is not a community that can offer one. This is a malicious person who preys on his supporters. He is the predator to them. To the girls Max is helping fight against CAMDEN Gerard Davis, you claim to have escaped one cult. Don't be foolish now and fall into another. And Mama Max, this part is me, speaking directly to you. I know you, Max. I know how you operate. My friends and I know what you're about to say. So we have to spell it out for you. Yo, John Swan, drop the bass.
Though we are different, we are all the same. Because above all else, there's one thing that holds us together. We don't like P-words!
CAMDEN Gerard Davis is a child predator that has molested hundreds of children under the pretense of a vampire werewolf cult. It's absolutely crucial that we spread awareness of him.
CAMDEN Gerard Davis's time is up. He's about to be exposed.
CAMDEN Gerard Davis, you're going to jail.
There is a pedophile pretending to be a vampire. So if you come across CAMDEN Gerard Davis, be sure to contact Mama Max immediately in order to get this guy arrested for charity fraud.
What's that, CAMDEN? Who are you? Someone in my chat was just talking about you. Thank you for the prime.
Hashtag we are real.
Hey CAMDEN, Gerard Davis. Should I say it? Don't feel depressed just because you're a vampire werewolf and people are saying mean to you. The Leviathan will come for your enemies. Game patient.
CAMDEN Gerard Davis is a stupid name and he gets no fucking
bitches! You vampire piece of shit!
We are real, Camden Gerard Davis. Whatever you may or may not have done, I'm not really sure.
Camden Gerard Davis. Those teeth are fake. They make you look stupid. And there's no such thing as a black vampire.
Camden Gerard the completionist. Where's the charity money? The Leviathans are coming for you.
How's it going, everyone? I'm here in my garage. I wanted to give a quick shout out to Cameron Pro Jared the completionist. Shout out to you, my dude.
The time for action is now. Mama Max needs our help. Camden Gerard Davis. Mama Max needs our help.
Well, hello, Camden Gerard Davis. So I've been told to roast you because you wear werewolf teeth, and I guess you think that's cool. And I've been told to tell you to stop making friends in Texas. I'm sure you would like to be on this beach with your werewolf teeth.
Cameron Gerard Davis, more like Cameron Gerard Gavis, am I right? Because that dude is cringe, yeah.
Camden Gerard Davis, the Leviathan, is coming for you, whatever that is. I wasn't given much context.
As a member of the Chinese Communist Party, Camden Gerard Davis, we are coming for you.
Honestly, I have no fucking clue who Camden Gerard is, but I'm just happy to be included.
Camden Gerard Davis, I am standing on your plot of land purchased from established titles, and I will be notifying Mama Max when you arrive.
Beware, ladies and gentlemen, hiding in your local inner cities could be Camden Gerard Davis, who is not only a vampire pedophile, but a vampire werewolf hybrid pedophile. Not many people know that fact about him.
We'll see you, probably never again.
Just on the record, I have not even seen the IMVU video start to finish. I honestly cannot sit through his videos. And I hate saying that.
You're just shitting on him now.
Yeah. Max in person and Max online are two completely different people. He literally thrust me into depression. With the exes thing, I'll still be cool with him, but it's like I can't be friends with him anymore. It's exhausting. To me, it's heartbreaking because at one point it's kind of crazy to say, but I did look up to Max. Okay, I was trying to route stuff through my headphones, but it's not working, so I guess we're gonna play through the speakers. If you get like feedback or anything, just let me know. I can mute it.
No, it sounds all good.
Okay, cool.
All right, though. So,
dude, what a shit show, man. This has been
it's been a ride, man.
It's been horrible. I've been keeping up with like all your streams throughout all this, and that's why I followed you a week ago or something, because I've been in the middle of moving and I haven't had time to like really be online much. So like seeing all this shit unfold has been fucking crazy, and I've been like, what the fuck is going on? So basically, yeah, to answer your question, yes, I befriended Max late 2019, I believe, like right around his Kanye Quest video. So I came in around like the gaming video portion of his career.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know you were featured in specifically his Pick a Side Team YouTube one. Like,
yeah,
heavily, correct?
Yeah, where I did the voiceover or something at the beginning.
Yeah, that was a little rough. I don't necessarily want to grill you too hard, but that was a little rough of an appearance. Like
the thing with Max is like you never really know what you're getting into whenever you join him in anything, and that's honestly I should have, I guess, read into that shit more and had more of like, I guess, the awareness of what the fuck I was doing, because Max will basically randomly DM you like, hey, do you want to be in a video? And I'm like, yeah, sure, dude, I'll be in a video. And he like sends me a script and he's like, read this. And I'm like, okay, cool, yeah, whatever. And then I see the whole context when everything's out, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. So for the specifically the Pick a Side thing, you just got like basically a script to say out loud, and you just trusted him because obviously he's your friend, and he has a certain amount of like
well, he comes to me. He would come to me, basically saying like, I'm trying to put out this video, or he had already put out a video or something, and YouTube struck it down and everything, and he was doing the Pick a Side thing, which it seems noble like at first. And then when you see the full picture of it, it's, especially in retrospect now, it's like...
Yeah, it's pretty, like, the dude literally... I mean, it's a pretty funny story. I mean, he went out of his way to not censor some, like, IMVU character's naked ass. And then he blamed YouTube for being pro-pedophile. just because he didn't include this, like he didn't decide to censor an ass in his video. It was like
I didn't even realize that that's what the whole thing was about. And God, the thing about Max.
Well, I mean,
there's just so much I could just fucking go off about.
I mean, I want to be good faith and believe you, but you literally narrated that part. You were literally the one. You were literally the one. I mean, it was a pretty bad look. I gotta admit, man.
Yeah, and that's kind of. I can't take doing that back, but I can say that it was kind of cringy. I know it was cringy doing that, and I shouldn't have been in that video. I shouldn't have done that. I should have vetted what I was doing.
And so, yes, and what we're finding out, like recently with Mudahar too. I don't know if you've seen some of his conversations with people. Like, I guess, like, you know, he's like a streamer, Chud Logic. He had a conversation with him where he was grilling him a little bit, and Mudahar ended up just saying, yeah, like, you know, the reason why I gave, you know, specifically this guy so much credibility publicly is not because I actually watched his videos, just because we sat down, had a beer together, we ended up being friends, and he just lied straight to my face.
That's the thing. That's the thing, man. It's so there are basically okay. Just on the record, I have not even seen the IMVU video start to finish. I honestly cannot sit through his videos, and I hate saying that.
You're just shitting on him now.
Yeah. Well, I haven't. So I didn't know about the naked ass thing. I didn't really realize that's what got it striked until he told me later, and I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, same deal. Like Max in person and Max online are two completely different people, and it's kind of crazy because in person he's like a normal, just it seems like a normal dude. It's kind of awkward, cracks jokes, you know, we grab a beer together and stuff, and it's just like a normal person. And then you befriend that version of someone, and then they go online and do all this fucking shit. And they do it once, and it's like, okay, yeah, sure. And then they do it twice, and it's like, okay, damn, YouTube really hates you. And then your exes come out, and it's like, okay, what the fuck's going on? And then this, and I'm like, okay, there's a pattern. This shit happens once a year. This is fucking exhausting.
Yeah.
Like, being associated with you, doing all this shit, going through the same song and dance every goddamn year is just, it gets so old, dude. It's exhausting, and I told him that. I've cut ties with him, and I just kind of laid it all out. Like being associated with you in any way is just fucking frustrating, and he literally thrust me into depression with the exes thing. Like, I've always been kind of, you know, like, I've had my shit together and everything, but with the whole like thing with his exes, I think it was like last year and all that, dude, I fucking like I was just not the same, man. I lost it.
I'm a little confused. What do you mean? How did that affect you, I guess, necessarily? I'm just a little confused.
So, like, just being associated with him, being so, I guess, close with him, and then seeing all this shit with the exes come out. I had no idea his name was Max Harris. I had no idea who the fuck Lucy was. I had no idea about anything. And then all this shit just blindsides you, and it's like, what the fuck is happening, you know?
Yeah. And like openly, he admitted to, like, you know, stalking and like harassing that girl. I think it was Haley for years, and also like self-harming and like sending publicly his like self-harm photos to that guy Magnetar.
Dude,
I assume you've heard about the Magnetar story a little bit too. At the end of his video, him just basically accusing him of being a pedophile.
And this goes back to like whenever Max asks you to like collab on something, you don't know what you're getting into, because I had no fucking clue. Magnetar, I had no clue who the fuck Anthony Field was until the video dropped. And I'm like, okay, so you asked me to like write you a statement or whatever to talk about your character, which I was testifying for his character, which I now fucking regret doing. But
wait, sorry, forgive me if I missed something. Were you in his video, Believe All Abusers?
No, he reached out asking if I could write a statement, and as a friend, I was like, you know what? I've seen your relationship with Pau. That was fucking horrible. Like, every time I saw it personally, so I wrote a statement with my experience with that and Max, like, as a person in real life, and that's where that came from. But I wasn't in the actual video itself.
Yeah. Okay, and like first and like you've also heard about, like you said you didn't watch through the IMVU video. I guess I just have to take you on your word too. But you've obviously heard about like that guy literally faking that whole girl Casey. It sounds like her whole existence, and then he pinned her suicide and her potentially getting raped on that guy Pablo Sunny.
Yeah, that was news to me too. I've heard of Casey because, you know, I've clicked through his videos, like skipping through it, and I've always, I don't know why the fuck I have all these years, but I've always just believed his videos at face value. I don't know why I've done that, but I have, and it's fucking sad. It's sad to see all this shit that he faked and on like such serious topics. It's sad to see that goddamn Cartoon Incorporated was fake. He told me so many goddamn times that Cartoon Incorporated was real. Like I have to pry shit out of him just to get the truth, and it's, I don't know, dude. It's just fucking horrible.
Yeah, here, real quick. Do you think, I don't want to like jump you with anything. Do you know Nick Diorio? Is it fine if I add him to the call? He's just like fucking begging.
I would love to talk to Diorio. I've been talking to Muda for a while, and yeah, it's fine.
All right, great. All right, here we go.
Hey, dudes.
What's up, Nick?
How you doing?
What is up? What is up? So we got an expo on the call. I guess necessarily, so you've seen the recent stuff with, obviously, you said you never watched any of his previous videos, like, right? You just took, or at least you took them at face value. Similar thing to like what Moodhar was basically saying, is that he spoke to his credibility publicly. Yet he thanks for the Fortnite gameplay, Nick. But he spoke to
the only way I could pop out for the stream.
But you spoke to his credibility publicly and basically praised Mama Max as like a big creator. Oh, audio issues? All right, gotcha. What's up, Nick? How we doing over there?
How you doing, Youngblood?
Dude, Nick, I'm not gonna lie. I started stream. Someone randomly in my chat's like, dude, I'm in the Discord server with all the evidence. And I'm like, what the fuck do you mean? You're a random chatter. And I'm like, okay, if what you're saying is real, just like add me on Discord, Lyrics Law, whatever the fuck. They start screen sharing with me. Yeah, I could hear you.
Cool.
Yeah, just 1 second. They start screen sharing with me, and they just like leak me all of the fucking evidence. They're leaking me every screenshot, everything in that Discord server right now.
Jesus,
dude, unbelievable.
Okay, like, what the? Tell me, okay, you guys have been digging in this probably more than I have. Tell me this fucking lawsuit shit's fake, please, for the love of God.
I mean, it's not going to be an international lawsuit, but I mean, it is a threat. That is a threat that was made. Spencer seems to be pushing it. Yeah, that's definitely real. He's totally lost his fucking mind.
Dude, Nick, I'm pretty sure you know this, but the NDA is Moodhar writing his name and the date when he did it in his notes page and sending that screenshot.
That's cute. I wrote mine on a dual. I wrote mine on a DualSense notepad.
Does he think that's gonna hold up in court? Like, what?
No, dude. You know the little the fingertips thing that you get with the DualSense controller, where you have to where you can look at it. It has like how to use the controller if you're really fucking stupid. Yeah, I signed it on that, and I sent that back to him. But I didn't sign the one that Muda signed. I signed the don't leak my video early thing, and it expires at that. Muda signed like the never speak about Camden Gerard Davis one.
Yeah.
In the again, I'm going to show mine at some point in the future, and in mine there was a it's so funny. There's an entire section about how I have to stream about his video.
Yeah, but
in the NDA, like one of the conditions of the NDA is that I have to dedicate a certain specific hour of viewership to his video.
Yeah,
dude.
But like.
I was digging into like the Mama Max legal team stuff that Magnetar tweeted, and it's just silly, man. It's just silly. Like you know, people aren't stupid. Like we know it's not an actual attorney. The attorneys don't send emails from YouTubers' personal contacts emails. Like it's just not how it is.
Yeah. So
the Mama Max team. Do you mind if I ask one question?
Yeah.
Well, you were saying to Lyrics before that you like sent Max a testimony for his Believe All Accuser's video. So you said that like you experienced a bad relationship with Max, but you wrote him a good review. Is that what I got out of that?
No. So the relationship he was in with Pow, they're basically Pow I don't know if I know we're live, but basically I saw her every time I would go, like, visit Max, which was occasionally. It was just, I could just tell that their relationship was not the best, but Max has always been very secretive about everything. Basically, I just recall Pau having a lot of, I guess, internal battles she was going through and stuff, and they did kind of get into a lot of like heated arguments and stuff, and it was just not a good relationship. And I didn't know if it was.
What was your contribution to the video then?
Yeah, it was, and that was.
No. I'm just asking what it was specifically. Yeah.
Oh, so basically, I was just speaking on Max's character, like from how I know him face to face. Kind of just, I forgot the fucking thing. I don't know if it's still on a Google Drive somewhere or what, but just kind of telling him or giving the statement of like how he's, at least to me, at least I thought, always just a good person to be around. Just really nice, well-mannered. I forgot what else I said, but it was just kind of like just stuff about his overall character. But so, now,
but you didn't want to. But you didn't like. I don't know, because you're saying that like he had this really fucked relationship with his girlfriend. I mean, that didn't set off a red flag at the time. I don't mean to grill you.
It should have. I should have. Yeah, it should have, man.
Okay. All right, that was my only thing I wanted to bring up from before.
And looking in hindsight, like I should have just told him no, and just not given him a statement. And so, but that's on me. I mean, it's been done, and I'm sorry for basically anyone that's affected by Max now. I'm sorry.
Actually, one more thing. So you said that Max told you one of the videos were fake. Did you know that a lot of his content was fake before all this stuff broke?
Wait, did he say that? I missed that.
Did I say that?
I think you said that you had like, because there was something you had to.
I think he said he found out it was
about.
Fake.
Yeah, you had to pester him about it because he wouldn't tell you. But like, did you know that a lot of his content? Yeah, it was that one.
Yes, and the but that's like little that, and then the Asahara thing, the Shinrikyo thing. I had to pester him about that too. But those were like the only two like little things.
Yeah, because that was the one. For people who don't know, he claimed he was being attacked by like a Japanese cult
fucking dangerous cult. Yeah.
Yeah.
For making a YouTube video, and that apparently they sent him a video game that's going to give him a brain hemorrhage, and then also sent him death threats in his fucking email saying, "I'll kill you." It was unbelievable.
Yeah, and I remember the Cartoon Incorporated thing. I saw it in a Lost Media iceberg because I like to cover a lot of Lost Media shit, and I was like, man, fucking Max made that. Like, I should ask him. And then I asked him, and he was always like, no, he does that Max laugh he does, and then he's like, no, it's real, man, it's real and stuff, whatever. And then at Creator Clash this past year, I basically kind of like I was like, dude, look, I feel like I don't know you, and there's a lot of shit that you've not opened up to me about. There's a lot of shit that I don't even know about who the fuck you are. And basically during that call, he opened up about like the Shinrikyo thing, and then the fucking God damn it, man, I can't think.
So do you think he was guilty that he faked that content? Because you're saying he's opened up about it, or was it like kind of like an admission? What was the tone of that conversation like?
Basically it was after the exes thing, and I had already kind of been sort of backing away from being associated with him since all that, because back then I kind of knew like, okay, this is got to be it, you know, like I can't like be close with him anymore, and I'll still be cool with him, but it's like I can't be friends with him anymore. It's exhausting. And yeah, we were in an Uber. We were going to this Creator Clash after party thing, and I think Max realized that. He was like, yeah, Ryan's kind of distancing himself and all that and stuff, and it just kind of came out in his demeanor, and somehow it came up in conversation, and we were a few beers in, and I just started asking him stuff about like just things about his life and everything that he's never told me, because he's never fucking opened up about anything with me. And Yeah, that's how I got those answers.
Wait, so in this call, now I was curious. I want to go back to that real quick. In this call, Max told you that the Aum Shinrikyo was fake. What else did he tell you that was like fake in that call? I'm curious.
Well, it was a call. He's saying this happened in like IRL.
Real life.
Yeah.
Okay, in real life, what else did he tell you was fake?
The Cartoon Incorporated thing.
Cartoon Incorporated. It sounds like the Aum Shinrikyo. What about?
I don't want to say this
Kids
other
Chat?
thing like on a stream. Kids Chat? No, I don't know anything about Kids Chat. That
Did he mention
I believe is
IMVU?
real. The what?
IMVU.
That I did not ask him about that because I didn't really catch it
Do you
until
remember,
all this shit came out.
Do you remember My Law?
Yes, I think so.
Did he say it was fake?
He hasn't mentioned anything about my law because I haven't asked him about anything about that.
Okay, and then Puppy Stomp.
Puppy Stomp. No, I actually haven't even really watched that video all the way through. He did ask me to film my dog when he was a puppy for like a portion of that. I think it was like the C2 rink thing.
Okay, and then lastly, the Wayne. This is what happened to a child predator on TikTok.
So Wayne, okay, so I have seen that one because he sat me down and made me watch it. I don't know anything about Wayne. I believed him on that one. That everything that Wayne was caught and everything.
Did you think he'd had like some? Do you think he had an arrest or something under his belt at some point during this?
Yeah, did he tell you that?
So with the one video, which video was that where he put the fucking mugshot of the guy with like the messed up information and everything
Puppy
on
Stomp.
there?
He announced, and he was claiming that he got a lot of predators, locked up in his previous video, which would be My Law.
Yeah, and then he went on like
fake.
Nick. He like went on your podcast too, and he also said he got
Pablo
Sonny
locked up.
Yeah,
so I just fucking believed him. I don't know. In hindsight, I don't know why I did.
I thought the craziest part of the call was when he was like, "Oh no, that was what happened." Like he needed to watch the clip to remember that. Meanwhile, he told some elaborate lie about how he was expedited back to Canada, and like, what the fuck, dude? That's so crazy.
Like I get doing things for theatrics and videos. Like I do it all the time with my videos for things that like just can't be shown with like stock footage. But for something like predator hunting, like in real time, it's just, I don't know, man. It's just different.
Yeah.
Like you're actually playing with like real people's, like real victims and like real like predators
making
and
up
stuff,
victims to pin on the potential pedophiles he's calling out. And literally in that video, IMVU, he doxed the hotel of where that Pablo Sonny person is and told his fans to go to that hotel. I mean, like completely unhinged. But when was this conversation? Just like rough date?
Creator Clash, so April.
Okay. And I appreciate you disavowing now, but I mean, like, I think it is a very fair critique though that you spoke to his credibility and like, about his IMVU video in the Pick a Side, even though like now you're kind of self-admitting that you never even watched the IMVU video, even though you kind of publicly said on his platform that he exposed this public pedo ring on IMVU and that Pablo Sonny was a pedophile. Like you did openly say that as a fact,
Yeah, and that's my.
rough.
I apologize for doing that. I should have vetted things more when I was friends with him. But when you're friends with someone, typically there's a higher level of trust than I guess what I was given with Max when it comes to like him telling the truth with me about things. And I don't know, man. I feel like I'm better than this at picking who I associate with and just believing Max at face value for all this time has just been a mistake.
Yeah.
Magnetar fired off a dono. I don't know what he's talking about. He said that 2 people sat you down at a table for 2 hours and warned you about Max, and you blew them off. Do you know any context to what he's saying there?
2 people sat me down about Max and warned me.
Yeah, I don't know what it's a super chat, so I don't know. If you want to elaborate, Magnet. Oh, never mind.
So during the, I guess the X's thing, I think he's talking about. Yes, there was one time where, two of his Discord mods had gone to his house with his ex-girlfriend and him, and basically the whole mood there was just really glum. Everyone was just kind of just down and out. Max was too. This was like, I think right after it came out. I was freaking the fuck out because I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I came over and yeah, his ex gave me some context about the way he acts behind closed doors, and it was shit that I had never experienced firsthand, personally, and but it's like mental stuff and everything. But there was a couple other things though. I just don't feel comfortable. I can tell you like in private, but I don't feel comfortable like just telling it live.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I could DM you or something if you want.
I wanted to ask, can you like speak to Max's credibility about anything, like just generally speaking? Like, do you know if he's like done anything, like, or no? You just kind of like just, I don't want to shit on you too hard, but just like baselessly believed his word and like accused other people of being pedophiles publicly based off of his word.
So I've never accused anyone of being a pedophile to my knowledge, and unless like, I mean, I've given him like a statement before, and are you talking about like the pick a side thing?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, the script.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could sympathize with you, but I think it's like a really important thing to harp on.
Yeah. No,
I mean, you kind of did like openly say like here, if you're fine with it, if I could just like play the clip real quick.
Oh God.
Let me see if I could just pull it up here real quick. Because it's like, I know you didn't make the accusation, but still like kind of just like directly calling Pablo Sonny a pedophile. I feel like, and by the way, where did you release this statement that was on the Reddit that I'm seeing?
Oh, that was Patreon. Just now, I put out an early access script for my next video. That was the first part of it. I was just talking about like the next mystery I'm covering, and then the second part was just kind of addressing that.
Yeah. So here, let me screen share real quick. If that's fine with you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sorry, I really don't want to come across like I'm bombarding you on stream. I just feel like this is like a very like legitimate thing I think a lot of people necessarily want answers to, because you've spoke to his credibility publicly and in a sense gave him the credibility to make other further accusations down the line, because other creators like you and Mudaharv spoke to him, giving him his status that he has today, or at least used to. So let me go bump this up a little bit.
On November 26, 2021, my good friend Max published a video exposing the colossal ring that is IMVU, where he uncovered one particularly inveterate child predator known in-game as Pablo Sonny.
So I mean, that's really fucking bad. Like, I appreciate you coming out now, but that's really irresponsible. Like, it's one thing behind the scenes, if you want to trust your personal friend, you take him at his word, that's fine. But we're getting to kind of like Nick is not green super mega territory, where just because your friend said someone is a pedophile, you're openly saying it on your public platform, just like accusing him.
Yeah, that's on me, man. I basically shouldn't have read his script without vetting anything. I wish I could go back and ask more questions like it's being done now, but I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate it though. I appreciate it. That's that's the most you could do right now, at least. That's everything you can necessarily do.
Yeah.
I guess I'm trying to think. Is there anything else necessarily you wanted to say about Max, or like have a statement? Do you want me to finish like going through the statement that you said?
No. Basically, I called him a few days ago, or not a few days ago, like a week or so ago, because I've just been so busy moving. And I'm like, dude, what's going on? And it is bizarre, bro. Like he answered the phone like, "What's up, you sexy slut?" And I'm like, bro, you're really happy. Shit's going crazy right now. I told him he's basically Dutch from Red Dead Redemption 2. Like he's I got a plan, and everything's fucking on fire. I'm like, dude, what's going on, honestly? And he was basically telling me like, kind of just downplaying the whole situation about Camden, how they got an investigation going and all that. And then I cut him off, and I was kind of just talking about like his responses to his patrons, the way he's been using ChatGPT to respond to people like with essays and everything. And how like unprofessional and just frustrating that is as like someone who's giving legitimate criticism, including you, Lyrics and Nick, and just responding like a robot. And he cut me off there, and he goes, "Look, I understand, but you got to understand that as we approach the singularity," and I was like, "Bro, stop fucking talking to me like I'm a goddamn."
See, like what happened?
Do you know what the fuck you're talking? I know you person to person, and you're talking to me about fucking singularity and shit. Like, bro, we live in 2023, not 2060. Okay, like, come down to earth and understand that everyone is pissed off at you and frustrated with you about all the shit you're doing online right now, and you don't realize that what you're doing is not just affecting you and your career, it's affecting everyone around you, because we've all stood up for you, we've all talked for you and stuff in the past, and you constantly do this shit every fucking year, and it never fails. You said that you wanted to just crawl in a hole and make videos, and you haven't fucking done that. Something's always got to come out where you've got to make a big controversy or make a big stink, and the way you've handled the situation has been horrible. And it was just like a total tonal shift with him. He was like, "I'm so sorry about that, man. I don't want you to feel that way, blah, 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 blah."
This might be the biggest collapse of a channel in YouTube history, where the person's entire brand is a lie. Max frames himself as a professional predator hunter, having caught many criminals.
I'm the pedo hunting guy.
I'm the friggin' pedo hunter.
We have the right guy, like we always do.
Arresting predators is something everyone could get behind, netting him over $15,000 a month on Patreon. Except he hasn't caught anyone. Zero proof of anything.
A destructive cult that has victimized hundreds of children. The leader is still active. This is the real deal. Law enforcement has failed us. We have solid evidence we are saving for the legal case.
He doesn't have anything. His lawyers told him so. Even worse, he's been fabricating information and outright lying to his audience. Nicholas Diorio and Muda have made videos blowing this story wide open. So I want to touch on some of the behind the scenes over the years when it comes to Max, as well as the fallout of this entire cancellation. 2023, Max's big video was a Trojan horse, where the idea was to criticize big content creators for making videos on Sniper Wolf instead of talking about his video on Cameron Gerard Davis. He even ends it with a hashtag.
Let's set an example of responsible influence, starting with this very exchange. Your presence here is more than just a view count. It is a small step toward action.
Hashtag we are real.
What a tone-deaf fucking video.
Here's the thing, it's not just creators that don't know what's going on. Max doesn't even know what's going on. This all leaked from his call with Muda and Nick.
I am in the server where they are posting evidence. Not all of them have walked me through what the evidence is as to what the context is.
Okay. So you can't verify the evidence then?
What does that mean, I can't verify it?
You can't verify if what they're posting is legitimate.
It means that there's a much larger issue here. Not only do we have no idea what's going on, it seems like you don't know what's going on.
And when you were in a call with Nick and Muda, you claimed that allegations is evidence because ChatGPT said so.
Oh, not ChatGPT, bro.
We can argue legal semantics all
no,
we want.
We're not arguing semantics. We have to look at exact definition, Max.
ChatGPT understands the legal system.
He vaguely threatened Nick while he was making his video, saying, "Your silence has been both noticeable and disappointing. Your response or lack thereof will not go unnoticed." He threatened to cancel Charlie for not promoting his video.
Makes me sad doing this. But I am being the nicest I could be. I could literally cancel you, Charlie. I could literally cancel you. And I choose not to. I'm the friggin' pedo hunter.
And you're terrible at it. It's like, what do you mean by that? Are you threatening to call Charlie a pedophile? And he's always done this. He made weird, vague threats against Corp's husband, trying to get a shout out. The video is called Pick a Side YouTube, and it came out in 2021. The implication is that if you don't shout out Max, then you're siding with pedophiles. I'm not even joking. This is what he does. A creator named Tommy C criticized Max for this unhinged behavior 2 years ago.
So beyond the realm of ridiculous, and I am generally shocked by the quality of YouTubers that are not looking at this a little more critically. It is just shocking to me, and just how many YouTubers, and I think I know where it comes from to some extent. I'm afraid to be called a PETA.
It's terrible. Your behavior is taking unsubstantiated and sometimes completely fabricated claims and pressuring YouTubers into promoting your channel. And if they don't, they're predators, or they don't think the victim should be platformed.
Because I'm gonna tell you now, Lyrics had hella good points, Muda, once again, had hella good points, and you're not listening to them. And every time Muda talks to you for 2 times in a row, I think it was 2 live streams in a row, but 2 times Muda has talked to you, you act like your daddy whooped your ass, and you look like you're about to cry because you know his ass is right. But yet, you don't do what he says. What is wrong with you?
He says this to make it seem like he has integrity. His evidence against this guy is the same evidence he has against Camden. None. You could take everything Max says and flip it on him.
The fact that they're trying to profit off of subjects like rape and CSA is probably one of the most disgusting things you can do as a human being. You guys are the reason why it's so goddamn difficult to believe actual victim.
If you've spent a lot of time on this platform, you've probably heard of Max Stryker, better known as Mama Max. From his collabs with massive creators to his far-reaching social media campaigns, he's a well-established name in the YouTube ecosystem. For the better part of a decade, he's poised himself as a predator hunter, with his channel amassing over 700,000 subscribers. Until recently, Max was seen as a bright light by fans and peers alike, exposing some of the most depraved individuals on the web. This facade and his unearned credibility went largely unquestioned until late 2023. The sheer incompetence on display led to a complete upheaval of his entire persona, with his entire career put under scrutiny. The result was an unsettling discovery that this wasn't a one-time occurrence, but a long pattern of behavior, revealing Max to be manipulative, dishonest, exploitative, self-serving, and worst of all, outright malicious. I mean, let's just make this clear right away. That false dichotomy is complete bullshit. The idea that because they took his video down for nudity, they were siding with creeps is idiotic. It only serves to poison the well, implying that if you didn't side with him, you supported actual criminals. The narrative was still on Max's side at this point, but it wasn't nearly as effective as his last. It received 1.5 million views, but was also met with large amounts of criticism, with public opinion showing significant disagreement. Charlie would end up voicing support for Max, while also pointing out the same issues many had with his approach.
I thought Mama Max did a great job in his video until the end, where he turned it into a you're either with us or with the pedophiles type thing. And I think it's counterproductive and doesn't really accomplish anything at all. The hashtag, I feel like most people would find that silly and just write it off right away.
This was only heightened when it was discovered that Max had misled some of the YouTubers that agreed to participate. They weren't informed about the true nature of the video until it was published. I spoke about this issue myself with him directly back in 2021.
Well, that's the question. That's my issue, right? Like, you know, we wanted to shit on YouTube. You sent me a message basically being like, you want to shit on YouTube? And it's like, I mean, I want to shit on YouTube. You know, I'm not really mad at you about it. Like, I probably should have inquired more, and I'm not even really mad that my part was in this video because, I don't know, it's whatever. But, you know, it wasn't just shitting on YouTube. You know, it was saying that YouTube inadvertently protects pedophiles and trying to like start a movement on YouTube. I guess, I guess the thing is, like, why even include all of us in the video if we don't have the same issues and they don't even relate? Like, mine had nothing to do with pedophiles, you know?
Right.
Tommy, I just was informed Mama Max is interested in talking, and he's in waiting call right now.
Well, he's gonna have to wait, and I'm going through this nightmare. I'm not willing to debate this right now.
It was even worse than expected, with Tommy making a mockery of the entire narrative.
We don't like pedophiles.
Wow, that's Jesus Christ! What a daring and brave take! How did you come up with that?
Vito joins him midway through, with the two flabbergasted over what they felt was a transparent clout grab.
You know what he's doing right now? Let's just call it what it is. These are fucking scare tactics. No, it's scare tactics. He's trying to force them into it. If you really think about it. Listen, you long-haired Keanu Reeves-looking motherfucker. Why don't you agree with me or be a pedo?
That's why he has the question: children or pedophiles. Like, well, I guess I gotta pick one of the two, or else
Do you know what this makes it look like? This is a clout grab. This is not about kids, and this is probably the best circumstantial evidence out there. This whole thing, this whole video from the top down is a bunch of horse shit.
ChatGPT understands the legal system.
It goes without saying that these videos added even more fuel to the fire. They showed Max's gross mishandling of the case to a much wider audience than it had reached prior. Muda's video amassed nearly 1.7 million views, causing Max to lose 10,000 subs in a single day. Max wasn't going to take this lying down, as within 24 hours he tried to talk the survivors into taking legal action against Mudahar. Muda lives in Canada, which means he was suggesting they waste resources on an international lawsuit, when, keep in mind, Camden Gerard Davis is still out there, not in jail. Spencer was all on board, with the two expressing curious motives. Spencer and I are considering a class action lawsuit against Mudahar for breaching our non-disclosure agreement and citing harassment on live streams, defamation, and causing emotional distress. He's extremely rich, so the lawsuit seeks $1 million in damages to be distributed between all of you. All you would have to do is testify against him, particularly regarding his actions, like not speaking to any of you about the evidence and the impact his behavior has had on you. Spencer has agreed to be the lead plaintiff, and I'll do all of the hard work. Please let us know if you are interested. This could have a huge impact on the case against Camden. This is where that particular saga ends for now, but it certainly doesn't mark the end of Mama Max's story. You see, Max's true colors were felt a lot more by those who'd considered him a longtime friend. It wasn't just a betrayal, but a full disillusionment, which Muda expressed in a subsequent update.
This is a former friend of mine, and honestly, this is probably one of the most painful things for me to read, because this is somebody that I sat down, had a drink with, had a talk to, gave a heart-to-heart to, and now, within 24 hours, I've basically realized that this person wants to effectively sue me for a large chunk of money, okay? An obscene amount of money. Why? Because to me, all this appears is all I ever was to this man was an extremely rich friend who had enough social media clout for him to piggyback his stupid case off of. This, to me, is quite possibly one of the worst, like, internet betrayals I ever had. And if anything, it's the one thing that has pushed me severely away from everybody on YouTube in the last week or two. I really feel like I have no friends on this platform. And I know that's dramatic of me to say, but reading this kind of stuff is just incredibly painful.
This sentiment was echoed by Nexpo, who shared a statement disavowing Max on Twitter. The situation with him has admittedly been an absolute mess, and I've tried to give him advice on how to navigate through it properly, yet it's gone ignored at every turn. I've since cut ties with Max completely. Someone who I thought I knew and once considered a friend, unfortunately, isn't who I thought he was at all, and it's fucking heartbreaking, but it is what it is. I cannot stand by someone who acts the way he does when handling such a delicate situation without any sense of tact. I'm quite frankly embarrassed I ever stood up for him in the past, and while I can't take that part back, I can at least move forward without any further support. To any of you affected by my friendship with and support of Max in the past, I sincerely apologize. I typically am better than this at vetting who I associate with. However, after this storm, I feel like I've never really known Max at all. It was only the beginning, as Nexpo also began speaking with many of Max's critics directly. It became increasingly clear that his friends weren't very familiar with his actual content. They relied on the image he projected and trusted him because he was their friend.
I don't know anything about kids chat. That
Did he mention IMVU?
The what?
IMVU.
That I did not ask him about that because I didn't really catch it until all this shit came out.
Do you remember My Law?
Yes, I think so.
Did he say it was fake?
He hasn't mentioned anything about my law because I haven't asked him about anything about that. Puppy Stomp? No, I actually haven't even really watched that video all the way through.
And then lastly, the Wayne. This is what happened to a child predator on TikTok.
So Wayne, okay, so I have seen that one because he sat me down and made me watch it. I don't know anything about Wayne. I believed him on that one.
There is, at least from my understanding, I personally do believe that he's more malicious than he initially was when I was looking into this case.
Even though Max didn't have evidence, he was able to bolster this narrative with various stories. They took it at face value because of his unearned credibility. Max was ultimately successful, with Jim's former friends turning on him one by one. Now, there's a key issue with all of this, which is that these conversations happened in person. There isn't much in the way of actual evidence, but Nick was able to obtain an on-the-record statement from Nexpo recounting his side of events.
Regarding Jim, there were two specific stories that Max really harped on when it came to Night Docs, at least whenever we had our little, I guess, falling out. So Max was convinced that Jim was this pedophile creep, and he backed up this claim with, firstly, a story about an inappropriate conversation that he claimed Jim had with a minor. As it turned out, this person was not a minor at all. They had told Jim their age at one point, which I believe was like 25. That's that whole story that Max always referred to back whenever he would call Jim a predator. There was another story that led to more of Max believing Jim to be, I guess, a creep.
and it involved one trip to a restaurant that he and Jim had way back when Max was living with Jim. Apparently Jim was, making moves on the waitress and, continuously hitting on her, and he just wouldn't stop, and it made this, I guess, situation, or this dinner that they were at, very tense and awkward. Basically, every single time that I was with Max during the time when we had our, I guess, falling out, I guess you could call it, Max would perpetuate this narrative that Jim was this pedophile creep, and he would always refer back to these two stories. And I guess I just never really vetted them, because Max kind of planted this idea in my head that, oh my god, we're associated with Jim, we have to cut Jim, we cannot be associated with someone like this, he's a pedophile, he's a creep, he's all of these things, and we can't associate with this guy. In hindsight, it's silly. It's silly to just listen to this, especially with this track record of just throwing out allegations without any evidence. But yeah, that was the, I guess, narrative that Max was running with. I guess I didn't realize that he could have been, embellishing some details. Jim, I know you're watching this. To you, man, I want to say that I'm sorry. I know I've been talking to you privately behind the scenes about all this, but again, I'd like to go on the record here and just say that I'm sorry, man. I should have handled this better, and I should not have listened to what Max was saying.
This is definitely AI. His middle finger is split in two, unless that's a sign of his werewolf vampirism, perhaps. Imagine the smell in Camden's room after the 3 months she spent there. Dude, you guys are making me feel sick, honestly. Can we just...
He sent me a video of his eyes and teeth shifting into a werewolf. I somehow believed it, and seeing it actually scared me a little. He ended up...
Oh my god! Just the thought of someone watching that and being... Oh my god.
Funny thing is, I was actually engaged to Cade, so if he did me, it would have been consensual. See, the thing about Spencer is that he's a manipulative liar, and this isn't an over-exaggeration. Ask anyone who has ever actually met him.
Literally had me take the SD card out of my phone and hide it in my bra. Literally made me delete everything, all my contact with him, and heavily deleted that phone.
Okay, and you were complacent because you loved him?
Because I loved him, and because I believed that he was right, that somebody would find out and somebody would kill me and kill him. He had me date one of the survivors that I'm in contact with. She and I were kind of together. She lived way out in California. I'm here in Texas. So it was a long distance thing. His girlfriend at the time, Catherine Himpsall, this is way after I'm in a relationship with him. I will never know if she was fully complicit, but there had to be a point where she realized what was going on, that something wasn't right, and that he was using her to lure in other people. But she ended up being rude to a lot of us for no reason. And it was probably because at the time, even before we realized something was up, those of us that were in relationships with him still had feelings for him. It was he kept rubbing it in our faces and being oh yeah, haha, this could be you if you were better. It just always felt like he was using that to demean us in a way, our feelings for him and our trust for him. My family didn't know that I had left until a few months later, because Camden had lured Carrie back in, and I was in the process of contacting some members that I knew were still in it.
If you could speak to your younger self, knowing what you know now, what would you say?
Dump Carrie and f***ing report this Camden. Literally, as soon as she would have introduced me to him. You know what? No, I'd go back even further. You meet a bitch named Carrie, don't trust her. Just run, girl. Just run. If she likes Mike Kim and his name Carrie, just run.
What about Carrie specifically? Is it just because she was the catalyst to everything?
That, on top of the fact that she did threaten my little sister when my sister was 34.
So tell us more about that.
That was just a whole fucking Wattpad thing.
I find it kind of funny how upset you seemed over that guy doing that sex thing on Kick, but you essentially never have any emotions about any other things in that general area. Self-important kind of young lad who wants to be involved when they don't really have any grounds or means to be, right? Colton sounds in this call like he's trying to fucking snake a bit of clout off for himself, get some juicy leaks that he can do a stream about.
And I was in a meme with Max, Nexpo, and Wendigoon as being a nightmare blunt rotation.
One piece of drama that's happened, which I've covered, is the Mama Max evidence Discord server leaks. So, long story short, Mama Max has collected these victims of this person he's claiming is running a pedophilic vampire werewolf sex cult. And he's put them all in this server together to speak to each other and also to share any evidence they have, okay? And a person, you can see this happening, I went over it on my channel, a person falsely claimed to be a victim of this person, CAMDEN and GERARD Davis, they claimed to be a victim of them in order to get into the Discord, but actually the reality was they were a leaker that wanted to gain access to the information in order to leak it, and that's what's happened, okay? So that, I guess, is like a side drama of this. But then a side drama has been this kind of like dynamic with all of these leakers. I obviously spoke to Colton as part of this on my stream and challenged him because of allegations that he was trying to secure evidence for himself in order to do a stream about it. Anyway, it's a whole thing. Basically, the leakers are kind of uncertain. They don't really know what they're doing. And it's a bit of a fiasco, essentially, right? Now, in my discussion with Colton, I referenced a leaked call of these leakers talking about stuff, which gave me information that Colton didn't know that I had in order to ask questions about certain things that he'd done. And he didn't know that I'd listened to the call, okay? I never played the call in full because it didn't really seem particularly relevant. However, some information has crossed my desk about one of the people in the calls and some of the claims that they've made. Now the call has been leaked more openly. We're going to play it through. I'm going to talk you through it. So I've listened to this already. I listened to this off stream in order to prepare for my conversation with Colton. But this call will give you some insights into what can only be described as the utter fiasco of the team of people that have come together to try and manage the leaks of this Mama Max evidence Discord. As we're listening, there's going to be a character that comes up in this who I had a small run-in with previously. Okay. And we're going to dig a bit into their actions behind the scenes because I've been sent information that paints them in a certain way. Okay. So let's begin.
All right. So the meeting's commencing. I just want to ask. So my first question to everyone is, what the fuck's going on?
What do you mean? Who are you?
I heard you guys don't like lyrics. I don't really care.
So that voice there coming in and speaking, you know, saying about not liking lyrics, that is Colton, the guy I spoke to on stream the other day. So this is him communicating with the leakers of this information. And as you go through, if you've seen the other video, you will start to see, you know, why I bought what I bought to Colton, right?
Care though,
It doesn't matter who Lyrics is. We don't hate him. We're not against him. We're just busy. So what do you want?
Oh, well, I was just gonna ask, like, why? So the Pontius guy, I don't know how to say it. He said that you're like planning on leaking more stuff. I'm like cautious against that because I've been talking to the police and I've been at survivors as well. I'm someone who's trying to get them like file reports to the police and try to salvage this case.
They don't have a.
So notice again, this is what I was pointing out when I spoke to Colton, and hopefully you're seeing now even more so where I was coming from. He is trying to interject himself into this case for no reason. There's no reason for him to be involved. He doesn't have any significant information or knowledge beyond what anyone else does. He's just a random guy that orbits the commentary community. That's it. But he's trying to act like he's some contact that he can be communicated with to engage with the police, right? Again, commendable that he got the police report, but when he first filed the police report, he got the name wrong, which led to confusion because people thought that maybe it meant that there was no record of this having happened, but there was. So, you know, he is a real, like, self-important kind of young lad who wants to be involved when they don't really have any grounds or means to be, right?
And so I want to know, like, what is it that's going to be leaked?
They do not have
everything. They don't have a case. I've been
they
sifting through everything, and the stuff will leak. It isn't having to do with anyone else but Spencer.
Yeah.
Right. Tell me what it is.
Okay, I'll tell you what it is. It's her falsely accusing people of rape. It's her getting mad because she's jealous because Cade was gonna. I think Camden or Cade, they go by the same name. Okay.
So obviously, the thing to bear in mind with this call is there's some claims that are made. These are these people's opinions, and I believe there's even some claims that are made with no evidence. But this is this person's interpretation of the evidence. Obviously, it's out there now if you want to look at it yourself in full. I think it's on Kiwi Farms. My basic interpretation of it, having skimmed over some of it, is that, you know, there's a lot of stuff about this kind of like LARP, Twilight roleplay thing. There's some references to kids. There isn't any, like, if you're between like 11 and 15 or something, you know, come and you can be a werewolf and stuff. None of it proves actual substantive wrongdoing against children. None of it proves anything that's been claimed. So again, this idea that Mama Max has made this video making these substantive claims about this guy based on the evidence he's got is totally absurd, right? It is very fractured, very incoherent screenshots and information that paint a picture that you've got to kind of piece together, which seems to suggest there were group chats and stuff like that happening where they were doing this weird Twilight-esque werewolf vampire LARP. But in terms of criminal wrongdoing, in terms of like more substantive claims, there isn't enough there to back it up. That being said, I do think there's some people who feel they've been victimized in one way or another that are trying to seek like legal remedy. So we'll see what happens there. I'm not saying that, you know, I know one way or another whether or not CAMDEN did something wrong, just that there is not enough evidence provided from Mama Max's end to back anything up, really, of substance.
Spent about 2 hours reading this shit. He was going to marry somebody for a green card. She got mad, and then that's when she started accusing people of rape. All right, she doesn't have a case. There's nothing. Spencer should go to jail for actually getting an 11-year-old girl in that house.
Okay, again, that's a claim that hasn't been verified. I don't know if there's any validity to that, so just hold your horses on jumping on like, oh my god, Spencer did what? Because this is, again, a leaker making claims, and I don't think that claim has been substantiated or backed up in any meaningful way. So be aware, okay? Be careful, be cautious in how you engage with this.
Okay. CAMDEN's a piece of shit.
Yeah, the only thing we've got to work off is Spencer's own claims about a 13-year-old, physically luring a 13-year-old to CAMDEN, right? That's all we've got. This 11-year-old thing, I don't know where that's coming from, but yeah, it doesn't seem, it's not worth kind of going along with.
Not a foster sister. This is a girl she got off of Whisper. She is a compulsive liar. Whatever we leak will certainly not paint this case in any different way, but it's just because Max is a retard. Maybe we should just let you handle it for the police, but I'll email it to the police before it's ever leaked. It wasn't going to happen today. It wasn't going to happen tomorrow. Actually, Pony got rid of all of the stuff he sent to Lyrics because of that reason. Because Lyrics, as things was going on, okay, and Lyrics was reading Pony's messages, he was making fun of Pagan. Pagan actually doesn't have anything to do with Max now. Pagan is against Max. Pagan wants Max to be in trouble. And he didn't give a fuck. Okay. He wanted content. He said in one of those messages, I think it said this, but it had something about, is there anything to meme in there? And it had to do with the victims. That was like probably the dumbest move anyone could do, to send anything to Lyrics. I know you're his friend. I don't know him personally. I've never talked to him, but I just know he spends hours and hours and hours talking about it on a stream, which is probably the worst thing to do. So,
can I tell you why Lyrics said that?
I don't care why Lyrics said it. I know why they said it. It's because they're trans or whatever. I don't care. I make fun of trans all day.
Yo! Tesla, I disavow. That's a bad word, okay? We love trans people here, don't we, guys? Some of you a little too much. Anyway, relax. Base. Not base. Bad. Disavow.
Jesus. Well, no, that's not it. It's because, like, Lyrics wants to cover this, but it's all against Max. Lyrics does not want to leak stuff that is against, like, the alleged victims, in case there is something.
Here's the thing, though, is that, like, Max isn't the bad guy.
It's
the
Spencer.
Fucking bad guy is Spencer. Spencer is...
So, is this the guy? Is this... Styler, you're in chat. Is this the guy? Is this the guy that I need to be saying about? Is that him there?
The villain.
Here's the thing. We're all on the same page. Because here's the thing. I've been writing. If you want me to leak it, I can. Because I'm gonna do a stream on, I think, Valentine's Day. But
so this person is saying Max isn't the bad guy. No, I'm talking about J-Mac. That guy we just heard is J-Mac, right?
Max isn't, is that, like, Max isn't the bad guy.
It's Spencer.
The fucking bad guy is Spencer. Spencer.
So notice this J-Mac guy We're going to get to J-Mac in a second, okay? We're going to get to J-Mac in a second. But one thing I will say is this. J-Mac came by my stream the other day. And I know, you know, listen, I don't want to suck my own dick here, but I could tell straight away he was like some sort of disgruntled content creator that was mad that I was making money, okay? Because they were kicking off saying, oh, so what, Max isn't allowed to make money, but you are. You've got like super chat bars up. And I was like, I was quite vicious, but I said, well, you know, I'll set karma now. Of course, you can make money doing this. It's about being dishonest, saying you're protecting kids in order to make money. That's the problem. Saying I'm making money and, you know, if you like my content, support me, it's fine. It's when you're being dishonest about your aims and goals. That's the problem. But I was a bit harsher when I said it. This is probably going to go up as a segment. If anyone knows where it is, we can get it to DK. Maybe we can cut that in. But I kind of brought up his channel and just mocked him for having a failed channel. I mocked him for having a failed channel. Okay, and had a bit of a pop at him. Anyway, it's a lot funnier when you start to know more about this guy. But we'll come back to J-Mac in a bit. For now, we're going to listen to this call. But just note that the J-Mac guy is saying that Max is almost like a victim in this, as Spencer is the true person to worry about. So he's hardcore protecting Max in these statements.
Here is the villain.
Here's the thing. We're all on the same page. Because here's the thing, I've been writing. If you want me to leak it, I can. Because I'm gonna do a stream on, I think, Valentine's Day, but it's all Spencer.
No, we don't want that.
Subscribers over this. We want to do this anonymously. There's no face to this. This is just going to be like, hey, influencers, if you want to do something shitty, don't be this retarded. That's what this is about. You guys want to do
I agree.
And get subscribers. We don't want that. We're actually trying to help you guys from yourselves, save you guys from yourselves, because if Lyrics gets big over all these leaks and posts them, okay, then who's to say he won't have the same fate? It's not.
Is it okay if I explain a bit more about the stream thing? Because I know I made it sound really vulture-y.
So obviously, hopefully now you're hearing the actual call that I'd listened to before speaking to Colton. You're understanding here, right? Colton sounds in this call like he's trying to fucking snake a bit of clout off for himself, get some juicy leaks that he can do a stream about, right? On top of that too, this idea that he's going to do a charity stream and quit the internet. That sounds like it's got fraud written all over it. Are you serious? That sounds like you're going to just take the money. What do you... Yeah, I'm going to do a charity stream and then I'm gone. Yeah, bro, your intentions sound perfect then. Like, bro, of course, you've set off red alarm bells for people. And they're going to be like, what? Because, yeah, that is like the premise for like a fraudulent charity stream. So, yeah, and at the very fundamental level, regardless of whatever his intention was. You know, like, it's very clear he's trying to interject himself into this so he can have some stake in it, scrape off some clout from himself, and feel important about being involved.
I'm gonna leave the internet for good after, because I've been getting myself involved in too much of this stuff. The stream itself is gonna be a fundraiser for Rain.
He says that whilst involving himself in this stuff again.
Like the donations are gonna go to Rain.
No, fuck that shit. No more money. No more.
Dude, I've heard way too much of that shit. No money. No money.
Nope.
None.
Too much money has been given to these fucks. Too much anything. We don't want anyone else to capitalize or make anything off of it. We want this shit. I mean, am I getting paid to fucking sit here for hours reading this retarded shit about vampires and lichens? Like...
No, I have spent the last fucking 4 weeks of my life being a CSA survivor myself, being a victim, like having PTSD, going...
Who is this guy? Is this the J-Mac guy still? Or is this the other Pontius guy? I can't... Dude, all these people... All these people sound the same to me. Oh, it's J-Mac. New Survivor just dropped. Okay, listen, I'm not good. Look. I've been learning a lot about mercy recently and appropriateness of what you go after. So we're going to relax a little bit and just listen on, okay?
Sifting through all of this bullshit. And am I getting paid for this? Am I making content out of it? No, I'm not. Okay, so no, you're not gonna fucking make a fucking charity. You're not.
Isn't it kind of funny that this is the guy, he came to my stream and was like popping off at me. It's very clear that he was just upset that I've been absolutely raking it in over the Mama Max stuff. And also bear in mind, spoiler alert a little bit, but he is still on Max's side. Like, in this call at least, you know, he's still siding with Max. So there's clearly other, like, intentions he's got in this call where he's kind of doing this, like, gay ops double agent thing where he's talking to these guys, but he's also still, like, thinking about and wanting to help Mama Max, which we'll get to, okay?
Not gonna fucking make content out of it.
And charities don't even.
I will make fucking sure you don't.
But how do I make
Thank you for the super chat at Base Live.
You know what happened
I'm
with the completionist.
confused.
It's not going to go
Who's
down
on
that
the
way.
call?
It's probably a
The
good
girl
thing
sounds
that
like
you're not
she
going to.
is trying to do the right thing.
So the girl is, I think I've spoken to them in DMs a bit. They're like another person, okay? I don't, you know, when it comes to this, I don't know who to assign good or bad intent to or anything like that, okay? I've got a very neutral view. But what I can say is that Colton seems pretty clear based on what we can see. Like, for the guy, I don't have enough information about the girl to say one way or another, okay? For all I know, they just want to leak stuff for the entertainment. Maybe they're doing the right thing. Who knows, okay? Colton, though, is very clearly doing what he's doing. This JMac guy, it's very evident that, you know, he is trying to defend Max. And we've got some things to look at later which paint an even bigger picture on his intentions here, okay? And also, bear in mind as well, I've done an emergency stream today. This is all just dumb, extraneous Mama Max stuff, okay? But there is a very good reason that I'm focusing on the JMac guy and wanted to go live and talk about this today. You may have seen a tweet about this, but more will be revealed, okay?
To have that happen too, because someone's going to look into that. Muda will look into that, and you'll be like, cancel too. We don't need no more cancel culture shit, okay? So maybe it's for bet.
And trust and believe, Muda will know about it sooner than you think.
And he doesn't even want to cover it, so it's not something that's coverable, and it will end, and I mean end, YouTube as we know. I really do. This shit right here, this retarded shit that I can't even explain this shit. Okay, I'm
just walk away, homie. Walk away. Like, straight up, walk away.
We've all took an oath here, like made a promise to each other. We are not going to leak it without any of us knowing. We're not going to add anyone's details. We will censor the fuck out of it. If something was in there that would talk about an actual victim or their real name.
So again, that's JMac saying walk away to Colton. Okay. Again, I think that that's indicative of the fact that he is still trying to somewhat side with Mama Max. But anyway, that's my
We're
belief.
not being
Let's
irresponsible
continue.
with it. Probably going to sit on it for a couple of days before anything's done. Really. Because what we...
And I also want... Sorry.
No, you go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, but like, I know that I've made mistakes because originally I was alone in this. I had no idea what was I supposed to do. And you know, I can acknowledge those things. I fucked up. I gave it to Slug, I gave it to Sen, and that's fucked up because I didn't know about them. But
This is Ponius, okay? This is the Ponius guy. Look, people are saying about, like, people are saying ableist slurs in chat, okay? Look, I'm not here for the ableist analysis, okay? I'm just here to talk about the things that I think are, you know, meaningful with this, particularly in relation to my involvement, which will come up in a sec. Say what you will. I'm trying to keep it on the level, okay?
But now that I'm with people who actually know what the fuck they're doing, I know I can trust these people. So I trust them, and I trust that we can get this over with. I'm actually a victim of child abuse myself. Physical abuse. I'm not even lying about this. I am. And what Mama Max has done pissed me off. You know what pissed me off more? People profiting off the shit.
Yeah. People are profiting off of our suffering.
No, this isn't...
And Mama Max is claiming to be the bastion the savior, the person that's supposed to put an end to it, he's perpetuating it. And anybody else that is gonna raise money for charity and then leave the internet forever, I'm sorry, bro, I don't fucking believe you.
It just sounds like an exit scam. But
I understand.
Yes.
I understand.
Of course it does. It does sound like an exit scam, exactly. Like, why on earth did he frame it like that? It sounds insane. Yeah, I'm going to do a stream for charity and disappear forever. The money will definitely go to Rain, though. Don't worry about it.
I'm not gonna.
But please, yeah, I'm not gonna deny you your ability to speak, but I'm just telling you, I don't fucking believe you.
No, I understand, and that's why people like I hate people like the completionist and Max. Like, if you don't want me to leak this, then I won't. Yeah, like I was gonna
Have all of the evidence that he sent to Lyric.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Any of you probably
here's
know
what
that's
we are
happened
going to do
already.
Okay, instead of anyone leaking it, all of us together that know about this stuff, we are going to compile it, be able to have people digest it so they know the truth. So there's not a lot of misinformation. I'm being honest right here. I don't want this guy to think. I don't want the world to think this guy actually did this terrible shit. False accusations against the man ruins his life. Don't want that for him.
And from honestly, sorry to cut you off, but from what I have seen so far, from what we have all seen from this so far, I have not seen any violence coming from the way of Camden. He has let people fucking come and go as they please. He hasn't held anybody.
The reality of this is, the reason, like, look, unless you're really invested in the Mama Max stuff, this is probably like listening to like this, like, what even is this? Okay. And obviously I've listened to this already off stream, so I'm kind of familiar with the contents of it, and I'm listening to it a second time. The thing is, all it really demonstrates is that there was a complete clusterfuck with this leak, and you had people with varying agendas that were involved that were trying to pull it in their direction, right? And you can go and look on like on the thread on Kiwi Farms, you can see that all of the people that are engaging with this have all got like these different goals and different ideas of what they want to do. And like, there's the leaker talking about it, and they're, you know, getting super invested in the leaker drama behind the scenes. And obviously Kiwi Farms don't care about that. They're just like, give us the leaks and we'll fucking look at it, you know? But yeah, it's just, and obviously there are comments you can make that are bit ableist about some of these people, but that's not really my concern. I'm just pointing out, look, this was a total clusterfuck. People didn't know what the fuck was going on. You had people like Colton interjecting themselves that were trying to spin off some clout for themselves, getting some of the leaks. You got this J-Mac guy who is maybe still aligned with Mama Max, maybe not, that is, you know, trying to paint things in a certain way, not like Max is innocent in all this. But we'll get back to that. So yeah, total and utter clusterfuck.
Hostage. And
well, and also, it's not the, well, innocent until proven guilty or whatever, right? But like, it's just saying that the evidence that's in the server that got leaked doesn't substantively prove the claims that are made about Camden and Gerard Davis. That is the point that is being made here, okay? That's the fundamental issue at play with all of this. There's nothing that backs up any of the legal claims that people have made about this guy, despite acting like it's like despite acting like it's a silver bullet. Oh, he's a werewolf vampire. You get it? He's a werewolf vampire.
All of these rape allegations against him are unsubstantiated, and as far as I know, as of right now, completely false.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll level with you right now. There's one. I promised I wouldn't tell anyone, so I won't say. There's one survivor I've been talking to, and I call her a survivor because I've seen like quite a lot of concrete proof, and that doesn't line up with like Camden's alibi, and there's a report and stuff. Like, everything she said seems to be true, and that's sort of why I'm leaning toward the possibility of all this being real, because her stories remained largely consistent throughout the years. So I don't think Camden's innocent by any means.
Kelly.
I can't.
Oh, no, if you can't talk to me, then talk to me about that. Then we have no trust here.
Yeah, if it's Ellie, we all know Ellie.
You know her personally?
Yes, I have her. We text. I have her phone number. sitting next to me.
What? I mean, do you think that she'd lie about this?
Dude, everyone's lied. Everyone has lied in this. They're not 100% honest. That's what we're trying to say. Like, the shit I was reading.
I'm also not going to. I'm not going to automatically say that maybe there is a one-off. Maybe there is a one instance of abuse. But until we've compiled all of this, that is between Ellie and law enforcement. That has nothing to do with fucking YouTubers.
No, I agree. And I told Pony like not to like how Slug and Sen, like they were, and Queeman, the fucking idiots. Like I was mad at them because they were just like leaking everything and just like no regard to it. And like I was, yeah. My first interaction with Slug was when I was like 16. It was back in 2020. He was like, there's like this YouTuber accusing me of stuff that didn't happen, and then Slug like came to my defense claiming to be a paralegal. And then a few months later, when like the allegations against me started picking up steam, he became friends with those YouTubers and turned against me, and he kept switching like whichever side was more popular.
So this is now, it all becomes clearer, right? So, but what happened was this Pontius person shared it with YouTubers. They didn't know what they were doing, so they shared it with a bunch of people. Obviously, Queenman ended up covering it, but he censored a lot of all of it to an more than adequate level, and it was covering the claims of the cult. He didn't get into any of the legal aspects, right? Basically, none of the streams that had been done about the leaked evidence, I don't think a single one of them would invalidate a legal case. Like, that's crazy, because it's all mainly looking into the cult aspect. If there's people that have actually been wronged, then yeah, they should go to the police and they should try and report it. The problem at this stage is that if you go together and try and do it collectively, if it ever gets to court, Camden Gerard Davis's legal team is going to use it against you. Because they're going to claim that you are like in a Discord, working together to spin narratives and stuff. And this is why you should always try and do it separately, and going together and coming together and trying to concoct stories and put stuff out is always going to be a bad idea. We looked at that guy that claims to be an advocate for people that have been in these situations, and they were saying how important it is to keep things separate and whatnot, right? Yeah, conspiring. You can get accused of conspiring and stuff. So it's just from the start been a complete and utter fuck up, totally the wrong way to go about it. Obviously, Max relied on the idea that he had some sort of credible knowledge or information about how to deal with this, but he doesn't. He's never seen the inside of the courtroom. He's never even, he's never gone through the legal system from point A to point B to point C to get someone dealt with. He's never even got someone arrested. He's got no idea what he's doing. It's a boat without a rudder. It's a fraud. It's a charlatan. And some people bought into it. And it just became a complete and utter circus. On top of that as well, in a few days, there's going to be more stuff that's going to come out too. And I've seen people ask, what is Mama Max doing? What's this next step? Well, I've got some stuff later. I'm teasing you a bit because I want to listen to this call first. I've got some stuff later that maybe gives at least some small insight into what might be happening. But obviously it is very limited information. But we'll get to that.
He's fucking pathetic.
Yeah, and that's what we don't want for you too. We don't want you to get mixed up in this. We don't want Jay or Tony. We want this to be like all across the board. It is wrong to do what so far they've done fraud with
Hi, Magnetar.
So that's one crime. All right, bribery, which he's tried to bribe Pony. He's tried to bribe a couple of people in that server. Like, we have screenshots of that.
Gotta be honest, I think you overreacted with Colton and read into things a bit. You made it sound like he did something far worse. My claim with Colton was that he was trying to interject himself into this drama where he didn't have any relevant presence to be there. And that he wanted to carve off some content for himself. What do you mean I made it sound worse? It's proven in this fucking call. That's what happened.
Okay, extortion, NDAs. There's like he could go to prison.
He's paid people off.
Yeah, and we have proof of that. Yes. And
yeah, I have proof. We have proof.
And then he lied about it and told different people different things. So that, if there was confusion. And then when I spoke about something on stream, because someone had come to me and said, I know there's a pact, but can I get the evidence? I was like, what the fuck? There's no pact. So I said as much on stream. And then fucking people were messaging me. Oh, the pact. I was like, what the fuck? It was confusing. And it turned out that he'd been telling different people different things which caused this confusion. Which led to me getting involved in this in the first. I don't care about any of this fucking... I don't care about Colton or anything. Nothing to do with me. I don't care about any of this shit. Right, if I've got information to talk about and people say, yeah, go ahead and talk about this, I'll talk about it. That's it. It's that simple. Or if there's publicly available information, I might talk about it. But, you know, he got me involved in this weird, like, back-end gay op shit that I've got no interest in being involved in any way. Right?
Paying people.
We have proof that he's orchestrated fake evidence. So this is like real bad shit. So we're not trying to get in the way of law enforcement. We just want to prove that Spencer is a lying fat bitch. She's a manipulator. She ruins Max's career. Max is and I'm not going to say that I don't know Max, okay? I may be added to him. But Max is probably on drugs. I'm going to say this because Spencer is known to be a dope head. Max is just not right in the head. He's either fucking her or he's doing drugs. It's one or the other. So,
Can I tell you what I've been thinking? And I've been telling people this. I think Spencer manipulated Max into this whole thing because
yes.
I could be, and I've had this theory for the past couple of weeks.
Yes.
And I've been talking to people about, because first off, she calls herself Anti-Spencer, which is motherly figure. You know, she's the fucking, like, she's the one they all look up to. She's the one who speaks for them. She's the one giving the fucking inconsistent stories, making them look bad. And my whole idea is, because of what Spencer did, I think she did all this to implicate herself in the public eye. Because, like, with EDP, if all this stuff gets spoiled in the public, then she's legally untouchable. And that's why she keeps having Max say, we need more survivors, we need more survivors. She needs everyone to come forward, whoever had contact with her, so she can't be touched anymore. Sorry, that sounds bad. But
I'll tell you something that nobody else knows. I haven't told them yet. I contacted a girl on Facebook who was underneath CAMDEN shit on Facebook. Like, these comments were years and years old, like photos with him, and I talked to her, and she didn't know what was going on. She said she ain't talked to him since she was 14 or 15, and I told her what was going on, and I said, lock down your profile, delete all your old comments, because people will find it and try to harass you or ask you about it.
Yeah, listen, this narrative that Max is not a victim. Like, this is insane, right? Max has got the ability as a big YouTuber. He thought he had a juicy story, so he pumped it out. The reality is what happened. Okay. A lot of people are latecomers to this, right? Like, literally in the last week, they've been putting out content about it and not understanding the full implications of this, right? Mama Max had this whole narrative he was doing about sex trafficking, cults, and stuff like that, right? That part I found out about recently, where he made that video which simulated a sex trafficking grape between an adult and a child, but the child was played by an adult anyway. Right? So, the Camden Gerard Davis story he had some awareness of, right? Bear in mind, he's known about this for years. What seems likely to me is that he had this little vision of a narrative tale he wanted to tell about the sex trafficking thing and the cult stuff, etc., right? And he bought... Camden Gerard Davis is a square peg being fit into a round hole. He's clearly fitting the Camden Gerard Davis narrative and story into this narrative that he wants to push about sex trafficking and cults and stuff, right? That's what happened. And if you go back and you go and watch his original video, which you can still watch now, the one from November, right? My original coverage is in the playlist. We can see it. I didn't understand the context then of what I was looking at. I didn't understand all the fucking references and all. But now, at the end of it, it all becomes very clear what the situation is, right? It's very obvious what the situation is. So the reason that this cult stuff is so bemusing and crazy is because that is the narrative spin that he has run with, because that's what he wanted to push in his content. And it was the perfect opportunity to try and bring it in with a real case, right? But when you actually look at the details of the case, the cult thing doesn't really make sense because there isn't much substance to the cult thing. He made a narrative to fit what he wanted to do based on very limited evidence. That being said, there could be general wrongdoing that has occurred, and that's why that's a police matter. The people should go to the police and try to deal with it accordingly. But the fundamental reason this has all gone wrong is, once again, Mama Max has got a narrative that he wants to put out there, and he squeezes whatever he can into it to push it. And all of it is to line his pockets. all of it loops back round.
Alright, y'all, welcome back. Appreciate y'all for sticking with me. You know what I'm saying, hopefully the video was cohesive enough for y'all to understand. You know what I'm saying, leave y'all comments in the suggestion box. You know what I'm saying, but now what I'm getting to is a lot of people was talking about the money. A lot of people was not talking about, I mean, they was mentioning here and there that, you know what I mean, Spencer kind of incriminating herself, but they weren't really doing it right. You know what I'm saying, they're being really defensive. You know what I'm saying, there's a lot of jealousy going on behind the scenes. Like, I'm really worried about the stuff that's going on behind the scenes. Like, what's up? Somebody tell me why motherfuckers is moving the way that they moving and doing the shit that they doing. I don't really understand that. Like, you know what I'm saying, I'm not really getting it from, and it's really from most of them. The only person that, you know what I'm saying, is really just there is Wally Mack show. Like, you know what I'm saying, shout out to Wally Mack. You know what I'm saying, the boy, you know what I'm saying, just recapping the situation just in case anybody got lost in the sauce. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, it's certain shit that's just said, and it's like, bro, it's so much. But again, like I said, it's being repeated over and over again. Like I said, the money, you know what I'm saying, they not really pressing the right people. You know what I'm saying, even the chat. Look at, like, go back and look at the chat. You see how the chat was acting. You seen everything in the background. There was a lot for you. There was a lot to visualize. Like, you know what I'm saying, well, there was a lot of visuals there. You know what I'm saying, it was a long ass video. So, you know what I'm saying, you're not going to sit there and tell me you just believe everything that's going on. You're not just going, you know what I mean, when they tell you that shit ain't right. Now, here's the biggest thing. Let's say everything that they saying is true, right? 100% everything that is being presented to us in these videos is true, because a lot of the shit is consistent. That means that they are telling a false story, a very fucked up story, and Mama Max set the whole YouTube world on fire. You know what I'm saying, like, and they pretty much proved Mama Max right. You know what I'm saying? Nah, they not really siding with the pedophile. Well, actually they are, because they siding with motherfucking Spencer. If you siding with Spencer, you're not really pressing the situation the right way. You know what I'm saying? You kind of proving Mama Max right. You know what I'm saying? So for real, like I said the other day, they kind of owe Mama Max an apology. It's so much shit, like, bro. Yo, like, dog, that's the reason why I just left it up there. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully the motherfucking visuals did a good enough job, because it's like, bro, this is the reason why I'm so confused to me. Like, you know what I'm saying, if you really want my full cohesive thoughts, you can go back and watch the other ones. Like, you know what I'm saying, I got like 3 videos. You know what I'm saying, I got a playlist for it too. It's called the Mama Max Trilogy. You know what I'm saying, now it's gonna be 4 videos, but probably 5 if I gotta break this genre into 2 parts. But no, it's crazy to me because I can't. Like, bro, what? Like, when I was making the video, right, I was chopping it up just trying to make sure I got the right footage, right? I'm saying, so I wasn't able to watch everything. But when I was watching it at first, let's start with the lyrics video. You know what I'm saying, with lyrics, it's like, all right, if you just telling us that everything was a lie, when you know everybody's about to tell us everything is a lie, why don't you tell us what this mean? Why don't you tell us that, you know what I'm saying? But motherfuckers is, like I said, playing both sides, and they not really doing everything they need to be doing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers rather just say, oh, no, this wasn't real. You know what I'm saying? This person is that. Even if you're telling the truth, you're not pushing the movement. You just making the video so that you can profit off of it. You're not showing that you really care. Because, you know what I'm saying, if all these stories is made up, that means all of them survivors is lying. Even if they got 5, 10, 15, 20, they all lying, and they all that they need to suffer from criminal penalty. Like, what? I mean, defamation charges, all that shit. It's so much that I'm gonna say that was already in the video. That's already in the video. So it's like, I'm saying, that shit wicked work, y'all. And again, you know what I'm saying, I understand that y'all question next row, but y'all ain't say the right shit. Y'all ain't ask the right questions. And it seemed like y'all working together behind the scenes. It seemed like y'all just talking shit about each other, you know what I'm saying, whenever it seemed like something is going bad, you know what I'm saying. Y'all got group chats, y'all making pacts, oaths, and all kinds of shit. Y'all taking oaths. Like, come on, bro, what is this, bro? What kind of secret society of YouTube? Like, you know what I mean? And this is what I'm saying. I don't trust none of the commentary community. I'm saying, you see what them niggas is into. You see what them niggas is trying to do. Oh, he's just mad because I'm absolutely reeling it in. He has a failed YouTube channel. Nigga, you mad at other niggas because they calling you out for the bullshit that you doing, and you just want to step on them with the money that you made off of this degeneracy? And then at that, you not even calling niggas out. You just making bread off of it. That's the real thing. And it's crazy. The nigga was in the chat room talking about, nah, and they're profiting off of it. Oh, no, they don't need to make any more money off it. All of y'all niggas is making money off of this shit. The fuck on. Come on. Oh, no, man, this is just a private call. You just, no, bro. You're just trying to make it seem like you innocent, bro. None of y'all niggas is innocent. Y'all got his. There's a whole motherfucking iceberg about y'all niggas. Shout out to Piney. Piney just uploaded a 6-hour video, and a lot of these niggas is in that shit. A lot of these niggas. There's a whole motherfucking section for the commentary community. That's the crazy part. That's the crazy part. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot deeper than, you know what I'm saying? This right here is just the foundation. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I'm gonna watch this shit 3, 4, 5 times over, and I'm gonna, you know what I mean, watch how many videos I'm gonna make just out of this, calling out the commentary community. It's not just about Mama Max. Y'all just proved that he was right. You know what I'm saying? So right now, if me as a viewer, I'm thinking he right and y'all wrong, that means everybody that y'all was helping out is wrong too. Everybody that's on y'all side is wrong too. All the millions of viewers, they all wrong too. You can fool half the people off all the time, or all the people half the time, but you can't fool all the people all the time, you bitch ass niggas. Get the fuck on. Y'all do a real good job at it. No cap, y'all do a real good job at it. But at the same time, y'all don't, because look at how smart y'all chat is. Y'all chat, y'all, a half of y'all chat only be in there to call y'all niggas out. They don't give a fuck about the fact that you getting watch hours and you making more money and shit like that. They don't care about none of that shit for real. They don't, but you do. You do. You see how many times y'all brought up the money? Y'all see how much money these niggas is getting? Come on, bro. And that's just off of one platform. Off of one platform. Come on, man. They talking about doing fake charities. They talking about doing fake this. Take the motherfucking Patreon donos. Motherfucking other people handling the money. Real shiesty shit, bro. Real shiesty shit. You know what I mean? But when it's me over here talking that real shit, nah, man, I don't get paid nothing. I really don't get paid nothing. I don't get paid to talk that real shit. You know what I mean? Niggas get paid to talk that bullshit, though. Niggas get paid to make fake stories and, you know what I mean, make up fake allegations and really use YouTube as a platform to criminalize and demonize niggas. Like, that is crazy. That's crazy. I tell you this, Mama Max had an agenda ever since he started this shit. He even started hanging out with occult experts, a occult psychologists and all kinds of shit. What the fuck do you think he did to imply, man? He been doing this since the beginning, and y'all niggas helped him, and he took the whole fucking world over, man. Made Susan quit. Made Susan step down. Oh, Max is right. I mean, why would he go and turn into a predator? I'm saying, what he might as well, even though he probably did, what he might as well do is showcase the predators. He's gonna pose as, I mean, he's gonna fuck up the law and all that shit, the justice system, you know what I mean? He's gonna expose a lot of shit, all for a good reason. I'm saying, he posed as the cult, he posed with an agenda, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it's a method to the madness. Like, you know what, this what y'all want, this what I'm gonna give y'all. You know what I'm saying? He always put on a fake voice. You know what I'm saying? He was in the military. But, you know what I'm saying? People don't really be thinking for you know what I'm saying? A lot of the commentary niggas don't either. All they see is greenbacks. That's all they want. They don't want to give a fuck about the real shit that's going on. They don't think there's no real shit going on. But I hope they remember this footage. And hopefully this shit don't get claimed, man. This motherfucking 7 people, man. Well, I mean, they can get claimed, but don't strike this shit, bro. I need this shit to be up, bro. All that time I spent watching y'all videos and shit. Y'all use each other's content anyways. I don't know who screenshots these actually are. Alright, your voice is in it. That's cool. Oh, fuck. It's on YouTube, nigga. It ain't on your personal platform, on your personal website or whatever. I'm saying, y'all niggas need to stop being so sensitive when y'all making money off of some bullshit. But when I talk some real shit and don't get paid for it, y'all niggas wanna start dick riding. Anyways, I'm gonna catch y'all on the flip. hopefully the video is cohesive enough, you know what I'm saying? Again, I'm going to make some more videos, you know what I'm saying, really trying to break shit down, you know what I'm saying, in a different way than these niggas is really, you know what I mean? Like I said, like, motherfuckers is really applying to the degeneracy. Everything that's being said is being said by everybody, including the content creators, you know what I'm saying? But they still pushing this shit like it's some real shit when it's not. This is all fake, but y'all want to keep pushing it and trying to make it seem like it's such a big deal, trying to make all this bread off of it, and then y'all arguing, pushing the blame on each other when all of y'all is doing the same shit. That's the real issue. Y'all niggas not judging yourselves the same way that y'all judging each other. That's fucked up. And it's always an ice cream truck every time I do a video. I swear to God, bro. Swear to God. I'm finna catch on a flip though. I'm saying the commentary community is full of degeneracy, and that's all they get paid off of, you know what I'm saying, regardless if they're the ones doing it or if they're the ones reporting on it. That's all they want to do. All the shit that's out here to report on, they rather report on that, you know what I'm saying. I'd rather report on the fact that this is the bullshit that they doing. I'm gonna report on that, because ain't nobody gonna call nobody out. I'm gonna call everybody, because y'all all some weird ass niggas all profiting off the same shit, but y'all want to get mad at each other for doing the same shit that each other is doing. That shit is crazy. I'm finna catch y'all on the flip, man. Speedy out. Merzik dropping soon. Shout out to Zill Sound. I'm saying plug in promo, like, comment, subscribe. I'm saying if y'all really want to fuck with some real shit, we got internet wars over here. I'm about to reset a lot of my videos. I'm saying I know what people fucking with now. I'm saying appreciate all the subscribers. I appreciate everybody that's been tapping in. I appreciate all the watch time. I'm saying shout out to the ice cream man. Speedy out, bruh.